Just make sure everything's good over there.
1, 2, 3.
I got a panhead. What'd you get?
What did I get?
I am on a twin cam.
I don't have my glasses.
Rennie got me these, I think. I think he's the one
Yeah,
that
it's
got
fitting. You're a fucking knucklehead. More like goddamn chucklehead.
Just got Carl on me.
Yeah, my man.
Sling blade.
Sorry.
Are we good?
We moving?
Yeah. I like to wait for the notification from YouTube. I'm a YouTube Premium subscriber.
Oh,
So,
okay.
oh, you're Rich there. It just came up.
Okay, sweet.
I pull it up on my phone as we're going, just if it anything on the so that way if anybody fucks up while they're
Oh,
watching
yeah,
it.
yeah. You know. He's the best fucking producer is. He's got that shit dialed.
Give it a go. Give it a go, J-Mo.
Well, guys,
Not
thanks for
bad
coming.
producer.
Thanks for having me.
Big Trouble Bike Show. Seems like it's been going great.
It has.
I've only been to one. Unfortunately, I wasn't invited to Daytona.
Yeah, we don't like
I need a personal invite to Daytona. Like,
Well, it's not, maybe, I'm thinking 25.
25?
26.
I'll be down.
Here it is. Would you like to come to Daytona next year?
I'll think about it.
Hang out with us?
I'll think about it.
I'll do the same.
Oh man, how do we get this started? We've been talking all day. We've been doing work all day.
We have. We've been trying to.
It's been very productive today.
We've
Trying to lay out some
we took
camping
notes,
stuff.
bro.
We did.
We took notes.
And
wh-
then
when
we
say
transcribed those notes
we mean,
and send each other text messages.
We mean Mel took notes. So
Yeah,
Yes,
Mel did all
thanks-
the work.
Thanks, Mel.
Yeah.
We mainly told stories about everything. Well, she wrote things down. Anyway, no. So I wanted to have you guys on. Basically, the Big Trouble Bike Show. It's been going off. It started out the Down South Camp Out, and then everything that took place at Daytona. It seems like you really kind of honed in and put your touch on as much as you could within Daytona to basically give our kind of community that we have a place to go. If you really think about it,
Well, I mean,
started
there's-
at Adamac with that mess.
It did. We have a pretty good relationship with Adamac, and Adamac wanted us to do some sort of event. And I didn't want to do a bike show before
A bike show.
a bunch of bike shows. So we had already planned to be with Mark and from Lexin and Outcast and of course Millhouse and Mercenary, all those guys at the Performance Hangover show, and we did the show aspect of it, which was a little different from how, from our grassroots way of doing it, which, so if people don't know about the Big Trouble Bike Show, it's kind of a thing that started actually at last year's Fast Life. So we just liked the vibe of that, and it wasn't really necessarily about the bikes, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it is, but it isn't.
I think we intended on it to be about the bikes, but the nature of it kind of revealed itself during the deal. Like when I would just feel like it's weird if I'm giving Millhouse the award because his bike he just finished. It's like us industry guys, we don't really build bikes to win bike shows. We build it to promote our brands and promote the things that we sell and make. So it's like what trophies like. I'm not saying it's badass to win a trophy if your bike's cool and whatever the case may be, but it's like I'm already a lifer in the industry. I don't need any trophies to get me hooked into this shit.
No, I think there's. I mean, I think there's shows for that, and I think that guys that build badass bikes want to be recognized, especially a guy like Kyle wants to be recognized as one of the best,
Yeah.
and that's the way to do it is to go to some of these shows and Sturgises and Daytonas and win the big bike shows. This is not exactly that. This is about the community of people that ride the bikes.
Yeah.
Not everybody can ride a $100,000 bike.
Yeah.
In fact, most of the people that are cool in this community don't ride a $100,000 bike. No offense.
I don't even have a $100,000 bike.
No, I'm just saying.
Kind of pigeonholed yourself over there in the corner, buddy.
That's another aspect of it, is I have been on both ends of the coin as far as that's concerned, and you know, when you see somebody's, you know, when you see this guy's bike, or you see Kyle's Mustard King, right? When you see that those bikes, you see Jeremy's bike from Lucky Strike. You know those bikes, but it makes me think about the person that I met and built friendships with, and we're all capable of doing that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody's capable of having a $100,000 bike, but we're all capable of being a community and having fun. And
when you go to normal bike nights, or you go to even like camp outs and Sturgis and a lot of these events, it really isn't about your bike as much as it is about you as a person. Like, are you cool? Are you chill? Are you fun to be around? The bike is kind of like just a conversation starter.
Right, and a lot of times, unless you're at a bike night, if you're sitting in a bar, you spent 10 minutes around the bikes, and then the next 4 hours with those people that were riding the bikes, but you're not standing in front of their bike. And I mean, I like people. I like to get to know people. I thought that was, again, one of the starting sparks of the idea was when you and I walked around and picked the bike that we picked for Fast Life last year. And it was totally based on the guy's story and what it took for him to get there, and
who he was when he came there.
Right, and how he acted when he came there. And I don't know, I think that's a more fun experience for both ends, you know? How'd you get there?
He fucking tried to goddamn Miyagi that shit.
You said it started last year at Fast Life. Didn't it start at Down South too?
It did start at Down South, but I mean, the idea for it, you know, like I said, the show there at the Fast Life was a little chaotic, but there was some great things happening, right? There was a lot of love, a lot of friendship, a lot of fun. And that's what sometimes is lacking from other shows is, you know, you got a guy pulling in on a $120,000 bike, and he's, you know, oh, this motherfucker better win. I mean, how many of those shows have you guys been to and seen somebody pissed off, you know, revving it up, leaving mad, you know? So we don't want to do that kind of show. It's about the community of riders.
Yeah,
and that's
like
how
you
we
said,
work.
those shows exist, and they're not that they're all inherently bad.
No,
it's
I
just
think they're great.
Those shows are there for
I love
a
them.
purpose. Yeah.
But
I mean, to win the hardcore show in Daytona is a thing now. You know what I'm saying?
Is.
Yeah.
To win the FXR show in Sturgis is a thing. It means something to be. Win the FXR Dyna Mixer at Born Free is a thing. It's like there's a handful of shows out there that if you're really trying to show off your builds in a sense of like against the best of the best, and those shows exist. What I think is cool about this is that it's kind of like for everybody, and it's just about having a good time. You know what I mean?
Just for fun.
And if you're there, you know, if you're wiping your bike down all fucking day, you know, and forgetting to interact with people and get to know people, then you're kind of missing the point of, you know, we're honey dicking you with the name show.
Right, exactly.
To come hang out and get to know people.
But in the same respect, that doesn't mean you can't show up on a $150,000 bike and win the show if you're a great person, right? And everybody enjoys your company, which is, like I said, in the community we have is pretty easy.
Yeah.
You know, you can't be best friends with anybody, but if you get into if you come to one of these camp outs, you're going to meet a lot more people that you like than you don't.
Yeah, for sure.
You know? So, nice pour.
That boy right there got some skills. Well, so how was Daytona? I mean, you guys were all there. Millhouse, I think you had the extended stay Daytona version.
Yeah.
How was Daytona this year?
Long.
You know,
It was long. It was long, dude.
It was hot.
finally.
So long.
Yeah, well, you were there, what?
15
days?
Yeah, 15 days.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a good time, but it gets old.
Yeah.
Like trying to find a different, that's what Jake and I were doing most mornings. We'd rip one in because it was fairly open. Mm-hmm. And then
A1A.
Detroit Avenue.
no one.
US one.
Yeah, US one.
Yeah, I got a 1-2 on that side. I've been to Daytona once and I hated it, but it's okay. Go ahead.
No, but we would take one, and then on the way home, you know, we'd try and find a different route.
Yeah.
You know, which
Bro, did you do the wildlife loop? I heard it's the best
It's
ride.
the best ride on the coast.
On the East Coast, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I didn't. What is it?
Was there any Florida men out there?
Yeah, I'm sitting next to one.
Oh man.
But it was a good time. We had the
Adamak show was awesome.
Yeah, we had a little pre-party that we did in Jacksonville, and we had a lot of industry guys show up. It was an industry pre-party, but everybody was welcomed, and it was a good way to start it off. The weather was great. Rebel's Den was there. King Tony was there. Gino was there. Big shows. Jake was there. Love you, Jake. Sorry. So they came a week early and did shows.
Oh, okay.
The weekend before, and then did a final show for leading up to Daytona, which was our little pregame thing, and it was great.
Yeah,
it
it was
was
a good time.
really great. It was super chill. But
Brian Clock was at the.
Brian Clock came. A lot. Curtis Hoffman came. Tons of people. We had tons of people. Don't ask me to name them all. Clean Moto was there. A lot of big guys.
Just keep
Searching, huh?
Yeah, well, y'all help me out.
Now you're the podcaster, dude, man. This is your podcast.
Yeah, it was Kyle with Forever Rad and
Yeah,
Steve
Kyle's
Chamberlain.
there. Steve was
Everybody
there.
was there, that could make it, and it was great. The chick from Kraus, Kraus Moto.
Yeah, Kraus came out to
They
an
paid
event.
for dinner for everybody.
For real?
Sure did.
Yeah, it was super cool. She was awesome.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name.
Jennifer.
Jenny from the block. That's what it was. Boom.
There it is.
Now, I was driving through snow-filled mountains while y'all were doing all that, so I had fun too.
Isn't that in the
Sounds
song? Don't worry about it.
I mean, every year that Daytona happens, some years there's more FOMO than the year before. I think last year we didn't have as much FOMO. I think we actually talked about it on a podcast. We're like, yeah, we saw everybody going out there, and then all the rain from last year, we were kind of over it, like not feeling that bad.
Excuse me. That's good.
Rusty on these podcasts.
It looked fun. The real vibes, but it looked wild. It seemed like I knew our friends were having a good time, but it looked like all the stunt dudes took it up to another level.
Stunt dudes, it was they were on live PD. I'll just say that much. Not who, but
Yeah, just the reels. You could see a lot more
Yeah, it
police
was-
activity. You saw a lot more dudes in cuffs, and
yeah, there was some of that. So I hear, but I stayed home most of the time.
it looked fun. I didn't go to. So Jason's on the West Coast. You're on the East Coast. I was in Texas, and both of them looked fun. I was jealous of everybody. So y'all
I mean,
split bitching.
like I said, then the Hangover show was just was super fun. We had a huge turnout. It was fun ride down. I know they had a meetup and ride down from Daytona to is that Palm
Coast.
Palm Bay
Palm Bay.
Yeah.
Palm Coast.
Palm
Not
Bay
Palm Coast.
at Space Coast Speedworks, Space Coast Harley. So they had a good run down there, which kind of turns into a race.
It's a free for all.
Yeah.
And everybody made it. Nobody wrecked.
No, everybody
wild.
made it, and it was a great time. It was big event, like I said, a lot of folks at that one. It was just really hot, really hot. Like about
Were you wearing flip-flops?
Indeed.
No shirt.
Okay. Shit,
Yeah.
my man.
Fucking nips out.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it looked fun, man. I won't lie. I just don't know. I don't know how to make it like a trip. For me personally, I don't know how to make it a trip that's like
Beneficial for you.
beneficial. Yeah,
I don't. There's so much. There's so
you can't.
much.
You can't podcast. Nobody's trying to sit still and podcast.
I don't think so. Unless you hit the lull days, which is always the second week, and you could probably hit it like
Second week sucks.
Tuesday, Wednesday, when you could grab a Nick Trask or anybody else.
Yeah,
Rusty
but you
from
could
Kentucky
come
or
in
whatever.
2 days before the first
Right,
week.
and you could do the same thing.
I got 14 episodes on my trip out there. I got content that won't be coming out till July from
Yeah.
that trip. So it's like the reason that it's so beneficial for me to go west is because most of the West Coast doesn't go to Daytona.
Right.
But the whole industry kind of just takes a pause while Daytona's going on.
Joe Kidd did.
Oh, that's Joe Kidd.
He was there.
And guess
Joe
who I
Kidd
still
was
did a
there.
podcast with while I was out
Right,
there?
I'm sure, yeah.
Joe Kidd. So,
He's everywhere.
but yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I think that it's just kind of beneficial for me to like focus on getting podcasts at that time. And this way that I did it, I mean, I did a lot of video podcasts, but also did a lot of audio only. We did like 2 lives. It worked out. I got a lot of great fucking guests, a lot of great podcasts.
Yeah.
Really was a very, very beneficial trip. And then, you know, like I said, leading up to this camp out stuff, you know, trying to get everything. Did you have to use that finger to do it?
It's the longest one I got. You want to taste this?
Never buying you breakfast again.
Nobody believes you bought me breakfast here.
That's a game.
It is?
You want to try this?
What are you talking
I'm
about?
talking about the fucking games that we're going to talk about here soon. But how long can you hold another man's finger in your mouth?
I think that. I don't know about that.
First person loses.
Does it have to
I'd
still
gag.
be attached? Does it still have to be attached?
yeah.
Or?
Yeah.
Yeah, then no.
But yeah, like I said, it was beneficial, and then I went and picked down the ST, the lowrider up this weekend, and
How's that?
Yeah, how's that going for you?
it's going to take some adjusting to go from a Road Glide to an ST. So, but you know, it's a forced change. I really want to spend the year riding that bike. All the other homies have been riding lowriders across the country, so there's no reason. I don't see why I couldn't enjoy it as well. You know what I mean?
Right.
I just got to get it dialed in. I got to get my little rider triangle kind of.
They have a tour pack for that thing?
I think they have a bracket that actually Jake Swanson has, that he's going to let me get off of him, and you can just run a normal tour pack off of
Yeah.
Road
I have
Glide.
seen. I saw one the other day. Might have been in Longview.
Dude,
look
Kyle Jive Ass Honky has his setup is just like the ST bags or lowrider, or actually the Sport Glide bags with the tour pack, and it's just following him all the way out to California last year. I just like that shit looked good, dude. And I could not ride this bike if I didn't have some way to put a tour pack on it, because there's not enough space in those bags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could barely fit anything in there on the way home. I had to leave shit in my Road Glide that I have to, when I go pick the Road Glide back up in a couple weeks, finally have it again in my life.
Right.
So, but no, I'm excited. I wanted to build something different this year and travel on it. And the bike is cool looking. I mean, I got to get more comfortable on it, but as far as the bike itself, it's cool as shit. Cowboy Harley Davidson, you know, they hooked it up, got me dialed in. Tommy, obviously, sponsors of the podcast, good friends. And, you know, I heard you got a bike show coming down there in Austin as well.
In Austin,
so,
yeah, that's in September.
So when you thought about doing this bike show stuff, like what was was it something that where's it going in your head? Like 5 years, 4 years, 3 years?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know that at my age that I have that I look that far ahead. I don't
70.
Yeah. 69.
Nasty.
Nice. Thank you. I really don't know. We'll just. I'm a people pleaser. I like to please the people, so I guess we'll see what the people want. See if people like it and like the idea behind it, then I think that's a good enough reason to keep going with it. But it may be something that's you want to keep special by not only having 3 or 4 a year.
Yeah.
And not taking it any further than that.
Yeah.
I want to do it on my terms. I'm certainly not making any money off this. It's cost me money. But like I said, I don't know. I don't have a business plan for it.
Well, I think that sometimes when you do stuff out of passion, like the rest kind of form itself, and it shows you where you can turn it into something a little bit profitable, at least to make your money back or whatnot.
Yeah.
And it, how people react to things allows you to kind of adjust and grow from there. Like a lot of things that's happened with the camp out and other events that we do has kind of been just reading the room as you do stuff. You know what I mean? And to be honest with you, like, fuck, how many times we had our camp out so many times and we never utilized that stage for anything. It just was out of sight, out of mind.
Right, but it felt like a huge like plug-in to the whole crowd.
I don't know if it was Sit Down Steve that really kind of made us realize that we have a whole stage up there we can do stuff on.
Yeah,
because he likes to be on a stage.
He does.
But
he likes to be seen.
But like that rain year of 2021 was kind of like, oh shit, like we could have been bringing people to the middle again for, you know what I mean? Because people have heard us say it so many times, but the camp out started, we all camped around the main fire. Like, it really didn't go outside of that main little area.
Right.
And then as it's gotten bigger, it just spreads out. Now it's like.
I think one of the coolest things that I did last year was Justin had one of his buddies, Justin Page, had one of his buddies had a side-by-side. He was like, have you ever seen this property? I was like, no. So we drove a lot of the property, and I had no idea, but there were literally hundreds of people that were camped out in an area that I didn't even know existed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And do I think they necessarily came around the campfires? Maybe not. You know what I mean? Maybe they had their own campfires, their own little neighborhoods over there.
Yeah.
And that's fine. That's cool too.
Yeah.
But it was also, it's also cool to walk over there and talk to some of those people and get to know some of those people. Like, I mean, for me, the people's stories are the most interesting, right? You want to, after you see their bike.
Well, that's the thing. I like the idea of like people making it whatever it is for them. You know what I mean? Like homeboy Moss Glide, getting married, bringing his fucking just married thing, putting it up. Like, to me, that's what it's all about. It's like it's not really anybody's camp out. It's the people's camp out.
Right.
To do whatever the fuck you want, set your area up. Build your fucking clubhouse and fort like you did.
It's definitely what you make
kid.
it. Like, I mean, another. Like, think of just what a huge star fucking Joey Barella, the Barella brothers are. Yeah. Just off that camp house. They're fucking.
How do you say it?
Barella.
I got it.
You're welcome,
I've
Joey.
been practicing this whole trip.
But I mean, the Barella brothers. Name somebody that doesn't like the Barella brothers. Name one person that doesn't. They're the best fucking dudes ever. You know what I mean? And would have never met those guys had we not. I have no idea at the time what Joey was riding. No fucking clue,
You just knew what he was in his
He had that big ass fucking, cowboy hat on. So, I mean, it's definitely what you make of it. Yeah. Definitely what you make of it. I see now, though, that there's there's going to be some changes. Not everybody wants to camp in a tent, but everybody wants to show up. So you're seeing, RVs, and there'll be neighborhoods, and that's kind of an exciting thing, because you're welcome to walk into my neighborhood. I'm going to walk into yours. So, you know what I mean? That's what to do. It's to have fun and meet people. So.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good point. You brought it up. It's like, there is going to be RVs there. People do have been doing that. And, that's just part of it. You go to Sturgis campgrounds, and there's some of the best camping you're ever going to have as far as parties are concerned and good times. It's the same thing. It's like once you separate yourself from anything, like maybe you did ride there, maybe you rode there and got an RV, right. Maybe you flew in. It doesn't matter. It's just the fact that you're there, right? I mean, I think that the people that ride there, they get the most experience. They have the most to talk about and whatnot. But at the same time, I don't really care how someone gets there. You know what I mean?
It doesn't matter.
I think that if you want to ride, I think this is a great opportunity to meet people from all over the country. And maybe especially some people that you can kind of fall in line with, or they can fall in line with you on the way there, right? And, Barella, I was about to do it again. Barella brothers are kind of on that, because now they're hanging out with they're the hog guys now. Hog Wild, I think. What do they call them?
Wild Hogs.
Wild Hogs, that's right. With Joe Kidd and all those guys. And so it's like they all found each other through the camp out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's not necessarily, and even so, we were talking on here today, and it's like we noticed some things that were taking place on the stage last year that I think put off maybe not exactly the vibe that we wanted, but now in retrospect, we're like, oh, that didn't look good on our part. Let's regulate this better. You know what I'm saying?
We never want anybody to get hurt or to do something they want to do, but
the problem is everybody talks about how they didn't like the nuts coming out, but everybody talks about it. No one said they didn't like it. They just said it was wild. So I don't know if maybe we should do the nuts thing again.
Well, I mean, there's a reigning champion, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought this was America. If you don't like it,
Yeah,
go
don't
take a
fucking
piss.
show up.
Go get a beer if you don't like it during that part. Nobody's forcing you to stand there.
Hey, I got a video looking back at the crowd, and there was a lot of people staring. A lot of guys. I can put them on blast right now.
Yeah,
There are people with Instagram names I seen that kept looking. So
There's dudes that Cap has never met that know what his butthole looks like, and I think that's legendary as fuck, right?
he did it. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
No gummy sack.
Oh, gummy sack. So, yeah, the even what you did, like from how we did the bike show at the camp out, which me and Justin kind of worked together on that to kind of put it together, but it was hard to manage it. We didn't have any kind of registration. We didn't have any kind of we didn't have much of anything. We were just trying to get people to come bring their bikes to the middle. And put it out there. And now what I loved is when I went to the down south camp out and the way that you guys had all the organization going on with people registering, with like stickers,
Thanks, Mel.
clipboards, and all that stuff. Like it was
Mel did
professional.
all that. Yeah. So that was actually our first show, and that was something. Anything in Florida, I want to be a part of or help support. And Craig and I have been friends for several years, and
You've been to every down south
been
camp.
to every down south camp out. Love Craig, so I wanted to help Craig more with the down south camp out. But it worked out. This was the way I could help. Right, was to do a show just off the cuff, and I think we took like.
It was like 18 days.
18 days. We decided we would do a show, and we put together this show in 18 days for the down south, which was in not on the campgrounds, was in a different spot. And
That was a cool spot.
yeah, it was a really cool spot.
The only thing that I would have done differently is I wish we would have had a PA,
Yeah.
and I wish that maybe it would have been a little closer to the other shit
Alcohol.
that was going on.
Well, I mean, like I said, there's a lot of ways
Right,
you can do
yeah,
it.
yeah.
If I was Craig, I would probably want to have the show at the camp out,
Yeah, keep people there.
keep people, to keep people.
Well,
there.
I don't
There's no
want to.
riding there.
Yeah.
It's not.
Well, I
It's
mean,
not Oklahoma.
everybody ruined the whole bar we used to go to, so we couldn't do that anymore. But the thing is like I've already had people reaching out where they're like, "Hey, what day's the bike show? I just want to come and check that out." It's like, man, like you're missing it, dude.
Yeah.
I don't want you. I mean, I want you to come and do whatever you can. If you can't come for the camp out for the whole thing, and you can only ride up for a couple hours, I guess, dude. But I think
Or at least ride up Saturday morning and stay the night and leave Sunday.
yeah,
know?
I feel
mean,
like
if you can't do the whole
what
thing.
grown up adult can't spend one night.
Right.
You know what I
On the
mean?
ground.
Well, I mean,
just
maybe,
period.
maybe somebody that's that close that can run up there and run home, but there's not a lot of
The
those.
thing about being at the camp out is that you're living with everybody.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
For-
Because some of those connections and those conversations take place at 2 a.m.
Right.
For sure. Yeah.
You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
don't. And if you fucking like, you're
Oh,
not gonna
yes.
have. You're gonna be reserved all night because you gotta go home, and
That's
that
true.
ain't close
That's
to
true.
shit.
Yeah. You're not as comfortable if you feel thinking about leaving that campground at 1 o'clock in the morning.
To be devil's advocate on that one thing, kind of piggyback on something you were saying earlier, just the camp out itself growing. There are more people that are coming. It started last year, but there's more people that are coming and making this a stop on
Their big trip. Yeah.
For
Like
instance, David did that.
Wheelo's going, and I think this, they're going from the camp out west, no plan, but this is kind of the beginning of it. There's other people I've talked to that I know that this is kind of the middle of it, but they're definitely making it a point to stop by this. So I could see how somebody was like, hopefully they are spending at least a night, but if I'm going to spend the night there, I want to be the day the bike show's there. I could see somebody
I
doing
can
that
see that.
because the next day I got to get up and I'm due 500 miles.
Well, I
somewhere
mean,
else.
this year's different than every year though, because we're gonna take advantage of that stage every night that we're there.
Yeah.
And try to bring the people. I mean, that vibe of which was a bike show then. The vibe of that, we should all kind of get together every night and
Yeah,
have
yeah.
that communication with each other. Like I said, that was a huge boost to that thing when we did that, and needed. And I think everybody likes to have a few beers and then talk a little shit on stage. You know what I mean?
Well, it's a way to include everybody and to be, to get everybody in the party. So if you're the guy that has the sack to ride in from Illinois, not knowing anybody, taking a chance, that party, you know what I mean? It's one thing to walk around and try to, hey, I think I recognize you, but you're guaranteed. That's your there. Then from there, you know what I mean? Once it disperses, maybe you win something, maybe you don't, but that's, participate. But that's your automatic and guaranteed that you're going to be hanging out with everybody at the same place at least once.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think if you come with an open mind and you're not super nervous to talk to anybody, you're gonna have a ton of fun at any
well, I think everybody should know. Like, I think that all of us, in some form or fashion, come in to these things nervous, right?
Sure.
We might be lucky enough to be attending a camp out with a friend or two, right? So we have kind of like okay, well, I know I got my dudes here, but those dudes that are fucking just ripping in solo, just trying to figure it out, bro, like, come just take that leap and come make it known and hang out. Find people, just talk. Like, if you rode in and you're alone, you have the best of both worlds because you have something to talk about. Where'd you come from? How was your ride? What do you ride? Bam, there's a conversation. And for people out there that don't know how to have conversations, it's a two-way street. Someone asks you a question, then you follow up with, so, hey, man, where'd you come from? What'd you ride? Because there's so many people out there that are just, like, they don't have the social skills of knowing, like, hey, man.
When to interject.
Yeah, or no, just like,
or say something back that.
But you know what?
keeps it
There's all
flowing.
kinds of different personalities, and some are big in different ways, right?
Yeah, it ain't a job interview. You
There's
don't got to
gonna-
be
right,
the
there's
just come
gonna
on.
be a
If you're
yin to
weird,
your
you'll
yang.
If
Right.
you're weird, you're gonna weed
If you're
yourself out.
weird, come talk to
anyways.
me and Jaden.
Yeah. But hopefully that's where a beer or two or whatever maybe helps.
Right.
But yeah, it ain't a job interview. It's not a personality contest.
Please.
There are
be
plenty of weird dudes that are great dudes, guys that can't hold a conversation. But you know what? I'm not trying to talk to you for 4 hours. I'm trying to fuck with you for 5 minutes.
Yeah,
and guess what? I'm gonna hit you with
7 minutes.
Keep
it fucking moving.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit you with the patented. This is mine. Oh man, let me go get a beer. I'll be right back. Don't leave. I'm gonna find you. I'm going the other direction every day. Or as Kyle or somebody walks by, I go, hey, have you met Kyle? Oh, dude, this is Drive Ass Honky. And I'm gonna get a beer. I'll be right. I'm gonna take a piss. I'll be right back. Catch up with you guys in a minute.
That's a good idea.
See you the next fucking day.
I usually just do this.
Fucking
I'm
gobble
real
doo.
bad about this. Hello? Really bad about that.
So if any of this has happened to you, you know that you're the problem.
Not in a crowd of people, but like the guy bumming change at the store or something.
oh, yeah.
The guy trying to sell you something.
Oh,
at a
not
key-
the people that you're
The
trying
guy
to
trying
get
to
to come to your
scam
bike
out.
show.
The guy trying to sell you something at a kiosk in a mall. I got a guy
yeah.
like that twice this weekend.
God damn, those things are the worst.
Yeah.
Like, bro, do you think I'm going to come here?
Why do I
Like,
have
you
to
are
be
Amazon
hassled?
you're literally an Amazon station. Like, this doesn't work anymore. Like, bro,
Yeah.
I don't want your fucking phone cases or your back massagers. But yeah, I think that, so I guess we can kind of run down what we worked out today. So we stopped by Strokers, saw good old Rick Fairless and Lena, and everything's official for the pre-party at Strokers. Sorry. It's going to be hosted by Simpson Motorcycle Helmets. So those guys are going to be coming up, setting up a little, booth, a little hangout, some banners and stuff. And Rick and them are going to go pull out the red carpet for everybody coming through. Obviously, Bike Night's fire now. We got a good location at Cold Beer Company in Deep Ellum. Thanks, Trey. He set all that up for us. And,
Yeah, he's super pumped about it.
yeah.
Like,
Dude,
I can't wait.
Bike
Tomorrow's
Night,
gonna
hell,
be fun.
tomorrow Bike Night. It's supposed to be a little chillier than it's supposed to be, but it's going to be nice.
I got gloves.
Okay, shit, okay. Thursday, we confirm with everybody, as everybody gets in, what we're going to be doing on stage is our bartender, Dolly, who is now a DJ, is going to be up on stage and just
What's her
playing.
DJ name?
DJ Sugar Tits, I believe, is what she goes by.
Okay.
No, she's never going to listen to this. I don't know. DJ Dollar, I guess.
But yeah, Dolly's. If you were at the camp out last year, you saw her. She was big help on stage, everything.
She took her shoe off.
She took her shoe off, and someone drank a beer out of it. Probably going to happen again. Let's just be real. That's going to happen. Thursday's going to be more of a just kind of a chill night. Everybody's getting their shit set up, and we did want to open up. If anybody is looking to host a ride on Friday and Saturday, doing the Talamina, doing anything like that, we love to kind of co-sign on everybody and let them know what time, where, blah, blah, blah.
Just come find one of us. We can
Or just
make an
let us know.
announcement or whatever.
Just reach out to us and say, you want to host a ride through the Talamina, and, you're going to have to lead the ride and get people to join you and, make sure that you're gas stopping and things like that for everybody. But like if you want to do the said so-and-so ride to Mena, Arkansas, or the said so-and-so ride to, Broken Bow or something like that, there's plenty of places people can go and do stuff. But this camp out is definitely grown beyond what it was as far as us and the homies sitting around a campfire. It's turned into something that I think is for everybody, and I want everybody to feel like they have a part in it. They have something that they can bring to the table to help us continue to grow it, and it becomes everybody's and not just like, this whatever. You know what I'm saying? Born Free opening up to us and asking us to do whatever we want at Born Free Texas made me realize that more people can have fun if they feel like they have an opportunity to create some of these ideas they have within the space you've already created. Right. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Instead of pushing away and going, no, Mark, the Fast Life Campout has its own bike night. Why not have one of my great friends do his thing at our campout? It makes perfect sense. Right. If somebody else has a great idea, why not do it there too? I'm open to that stuff. I think that's what it needs to be so that it can be something that can grow bigger for everybody, right? And I think we have a lot of stuff coming this year. I think it's going to be good. Who knows what the weather's going to be? Like I've said from day one,
prepare to get wet.
You're going to get wet. That's part of riding motorcycles across state lines. So figure it the fuck out. You know what I mean? It's going to happen. Hopefully it won't be happening bad. I think we got pretty lucky last year. Had perfect weather.
We had beautiful weather.
It was a rainy start. It rained early Thursday morning, but by 1 or 2 o'clock, it was the best weather I think we've ever had, period. And every year prior, we've always had rain scares. And either A, it completely doesn't happen, or like the one year, it just rained from 6 p.m. till 6 a.m. And people partied more than I've ever seen them party that night.
Yeah, it was a Woodstock vibe. It brought everybody closer together. We're on record for saying that, but yeah.
That's it. That's all you got.
All right.
Well, just it's
good night.
It's the same thing we've always said that whatever. What's the word your coaches all whatever adversity you're thrown out by the weather, it makes it brings it. I don't know. It just gives you more of an ownership of it, I guess.
Don't they? Doesn't like Sandoval and them have like washer and dryers and shit there?
Oh yeah. You're gonna be fine. Your laundry's gonna be fine.
Dry your shit if you have to. You know what I mean? I think you'll be okay.
And there are showers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
showers ain't bad.
Showers aren't bad.
And if you know everybody, if you're cool with certain people like Big Trouble and them, you can just go take a shower in their RV.
I'm not getting an RV this year. I'll be in a tent.
Okay.
If you're gonna shower or shit in anybody's RV, I'd suggest jetties.
I'd second that.
Good luck getting past that motherfucker.
Oh, he's easier to distract than anybody.
So, like I said, Friday, if anybody wants to put on some kind of ride or something like that.
I wonder if Chris Zemlow's coming, because Chris Zemlow loves to organize a ride.
Is that what he does?
He does
a lot of things. First of all, he does a lot of things. But he said his dream in life was to just once be able to clear a table off with his arm to lay out a map. So it makes sense. It's kind of cool.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah. So Zemlow, if you're coming,
we'll figure that out for you.
We'll get a table dirty.
I think when we did the Fast Life Campout 6 podcast, we started talking about the club style games, and I think a lot of people have been making memes as to what that could look like. We did figure out the games today, which we're not going to tell anybody.
We are not.
But here's the deal.
Can we give them a hint?
No.
do you have a hint that? Let me hear your hint. One.
Well, don't do it. Write it down. Text it to him.
No, just bring some svelte dudes,
Or some
heavy drinkers.
or heavy
Yeah, let's
eaters.
just stop it. Let's just stop.
Anyway,
Let's stop that.
anyway,
We have some good surprises that are fun, and they're going to be funny, and you don't have to be.
They're all going to take
push-up
place on
champion of the
stage.
world.
Yeah, so we're not all over the place on it.
We're not. Everything will be on stage. It's not going to be any riding games because the way this little area is set up, there's not enough space to have dudes doing fucking hot dog, things and all that stuff. So it's gonna take place on stage. Now let me give you the rundown. It's gonna be teams of 3. You need to pick 3 guys from your club style whatever. And if you're club style Arkansas, don't fucking pick Justin, my machinist, and King Tony's not gonna be there. Like, find some people that aren't like in
like Scott.
I think I have full confidence that Arkansas is going to show out with a good roster because I know they've got their dude Eli that's a big drinker, and I wasn't even a part of it, so I don't know everything y'all are talking about. But I know Arkansas runs deep. They've got a cast of characters that I feel like
there's
they're going to.
So there's caveats to all this, right?
Yeah.
Here's the first thing: any club style that wants to be a part of this, they need to first follow the Big Trouble Bike Show Instagram page, right? Secondly, we're only going to take 10 tops.
10
teams. So three each, right? And it's going to be a bracket, single elimination bracket system, right? All the same games coming down to the last 2. And what we have is for that team of 3,
What do they win?
they all win their choice of a Simpson helmet.
Boom.
So each one of the members of the team can get a Simpson helmet of their choice. And I think that's a fair thing for the games. The games, I think if I was in someone's shoes, I would do all these games.
For
or at least
sure,
attempt.
I would.
Yeah.
There will be no nudity. I'll tell them that.
Well, let's
Right.
just say this: you don't have to be a bodybuilder, or you don't have
But
to.
you really
There's
do.
a way to make it fair for everybody. There's a spot
You
for
don't have to be a
everybody in the
bodybuilder.
games.
But sure,
you better
do.
come with your fucking A game. That's
Yeah.
for sure. And if you do, you're gonna you and 2 of your buddies are gonna win Simpson helmets. So
Well, it's the thing. It's like it's not going to be about how good you are. It's going to be about because every
that's your
game
weakest link.
will be a game with 3 of your dudes.
Yes.
So you could be the best at it, but if your teammate isn't the best at it,
You chose wrong, motherfucker.
yeah. So teams of 3.
Yeah. Do you
10
need-
people.
Do you need big boys? Do
What you
need
got to do
little
is
fellas? What do
follow
you need?
Big Trouble
Nobody
Bike
knows.
Show Instagram page right now.
Yep, it's,
and as the page, like the club style said so, or whatever the hell page, you need to say you have your members and your team.
So I would suggest to those club style
I
pages
also like pictures.
to
Okay,
put
it
out.
can be
They're
club
pretty-
style, it can be T-bar pages, like all those
Yeah,
little.
right. We get it.
Yeah.
But what I would urge those pages to do is put out an all call and say, hey, if you're going to Fast Life Camp 6, do you want to do these fucking club style games with us and put a fucking roster
By
together?
the time they do that, there might not be space.
Well, yeah. So do
mean,
it quick.
Start doing it now.
Yeah.
You need to start doing it now.
Yeah.
Your bike nights, hanging the fuck out. You guys need to ride in together. Y'all need, it sounds dumb that I even need to say this, but the very least it needs to be a ride from wherever the fuck you're from to where you're going. I feel like that's a prerequisite. You dudes should all have to ride in together. Don't be bringing in a bunch of ringers. Don't be trying to find people at the
Don't be-
camp.
don't
Don't
be
be
silly
trying to
with
do
it.
shit
Yeah.
at the
Yeah.
day of, trying to sign up.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing: if you don't know what you're getting yourself into, so you might be to bring the wrong fucking ringer. So bring who you got.
Yeah,
bring
but like
your
I said-
homies. Don't bring some arm wrestling champion because there ain't no arm wrestling.
Yeah,
this
but
year.
bring
Yeah.
dudes that you just rode however many miles with, however many hours with, and you put it in together. Do that shit. So that way when you win, lose, draw, whatever the fuck you're going home, that's something y'all will always have.
I think
And that's
most
gonna,
of those guys will, are going to do that anyway.
yeah, but
right?
you talk about an easy way,
Have to pre-register.
for your chapter, charter, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
We're gonna. I'll let everybody know right now. By the time I guarantee you that, Mel will be on the page. We'll know once we get 10. We're gonna post. Hey, club style games are capped, right? But yeah, hopefully you already have been planning to be there.
Can there be 2 teams from the same state?
That we'll decide that at the camp out, and it'll be a knife fight. For who
Well, if everybody's
going
going to be sitting there, if you're going to have who you got before the camp out, then I would
it'd be cool if we.
I mean, if you're lucky enough to be coming to the camp out with 15 dudes from your state and your club style page state,
they ought to be able to figure it out.
They should be able to figure it out, and maybe we can. The whole point of this is to the point of this whole thing for this is to just show love to these pages that exist that help create communities in these states.
Right, and maybe some of these guys that have several club styles or whatever in a state, maybe the ones that aren't about their state aren't the ones that they're going to be here, because I do know there's a lot of these pages that exist that have nothing to do with the communities that are involved. I know places like Arkansas and Tennessee and North Carolina and Georgia, and all these people that are doing this stuff now are doing it because they're trying to bring community together and, use the platform to show people what's going on. So that's what I'm talking about. That's what we want to highlight that and say, that's rad. That's cool. It's not a fucking joke of like, look at these nerds up here or anything like that. It's a fucking like, this is rad that y'all are doing this. And it's even better that y'all rode across country together and fucking competed in some games and then maybe walked home with some fucking brand new helmets to remember it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, like I said,
if not, you're definitely going to be on somebody's reel.
Oh, dude, you're going to live in infamy forever. Yeah, everybody will. The reels will be awesome about it.
Yeah, I mean, look at
look
at Utah. Look at Jay Utah from his push-ups.
Dude, I can't stop posting that picture. I think Swanson took it.
And look what he's doing. And look what he's doing in North Carolina with it.
Well, he's actually moved back to Jacksonville, but
but he started the North.
He did. Yeah.
And it's the thing. Like, this is something between now and then. Your bike nights, hang out, go work out together, whatever the fuck I don't know, go, but keep doing stuff, keep riding together, and this is something you'll have after that hopefully just cement y'all's friendship even fucking more. Yeah, to me, it's not a joke. I'm taking this serious as far as it's going to be a bunch of fucking fun. It's going to be hilarious, but I'm genuinely looking forward to seeing who does it. As far as these guys are rad, cool. Like putting cool people on my radar.
So,
I may not know.
Like I said, we're going to be on stage. Everything has to be visible from everybody else on the stage. So the games are going to be fun, and the ones that aren't as challenging will be challenging in other ways because of the 3-man situation. And they're actually I think it's going to be pretty good based on how it goes. Like, each game is going to be harder, not hard in general if they were just by themselves, but based on the game before, it's going to make that next one harder.
The cool thing about this is, not only are the games, I think not only are the games going to be fun to watch, but bro, here's some time to make some scratch on the side. Bet for your favorite state.
Okay.
Right?
Got a little pool going out there?
20. I know Jetty's a gambling motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, you had to come up with more than $20 to get Jetty interested.
Everybody's got a spread going on.
Right, yeah.
So we haven't confirmed yet, but we might be able to squeeze some kind of prizes for second place. You know what I mean? But first place will be the Simpson helmets. Second place I think we might be able. We have a lot of giveaway stuff, so I think we might be able to swing some of the stuff for second place.
For sure.
But yeah, I'm stoked about it, and I think that there's been some great memes about what it could be, and that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be hype. It's supposed to be fun, and this is going to be fun, and I'm stoked about it. I think that I hope that everybody takes it seriously, in the sense of that it's something that we're trying to shine light on your area, who you are, and we're definitely going to be fucking shouting you out in the pod
for sure.
Talking about these guys. I mean, fuck, we do the recap podcast.
Well, these are dudes we're going to want to try to hang out with after this on road trips and stuff like that. Well, you know what I mean? Like,
you want to be our friends?
Well, when you
win
meet,
the club style
when
games.
you meet, it'll just be like any other relationship where now I'm going through Colorado and making sure the Barella brothers, Ian, people like that.
Barella.
That's what he said.
He said Barella, yeah.
I think I said
he put the little IA in there.
Barella.
I think I said a little culturally more correct. Well, they're both listening. Let them chime in.
Culturally more correct.
But anyways, it's
not that hard.
What I'm saying is just it's introducing people that we may not have met before. That if you're rad, I'm going to try to find you at other shows, at other things along the road. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because that's actually what happened with Joey and I. So Joey and I had very little connection at his first Fast Life, right? Yeah. But then we hooked up at Sturgis, and I hate to put my business out there, but I needed to smoke some weed while I was out there, and there was Joey. Sorry, Joey, if I'm putting your business out there too. But anyways, it was nice to have that commonality, and
Like you all know each other from the camp out still,
right.
Even though you
but I
didn't
mean,
make a big.
it would have never happened had it not been for the camp out. You know what I mean? And like I said, I just love both those dudes.
Oh yeah.
So
awesome guys.
like I said, club style games are going to be fucking shit.
They're going to be fun. They're going to be funny.
Why the fuck did Jetty text me and go, have you been working out?
He texted me that I looked homeless. So
I got one just told me to go fuck myself. It was after the doo-doo and Jetty's camper remark.
He didn't text me.
yeah,
Oh, Millie, I'm sorry, buddy.
he's going to probably text you now.
So basically, like I said, Thursday night we're going to be. Millhouse is in this podcast right now because he is the MC of our event. And if you haven't been to Hangover Show, if you haven't been to the camp out last year, he's an awesome dude on the microphone. He helps us out a lot. He's got a great stage voice.
He has the voice of an angel. Let's be honest. He can sing.
He can sing.
So yeah.
And we're stoked about that. It's going to be great having you on stage to kind of help us. And Thursday night we're going to be kind of I think that it'll be a real chill night, but with Dolly on stage doing the fucking DJ.
Think house music, like the shit we were listening to earlier.
Can you do that again? Sean?
DJ Lemon. What was his name?
Dope Lemon.
Yeah,
Oh,
that one.
I like Dope Lemon. Do you like Dope Lemon?
You know what Dope Lemon is? Shit. Dude, I don't.
Mark's
I know
woke
you
as
got,
fuck.
I know you. What's this got to do with it? I know you got all the '80s music down and
I
maybe
do.
up to '95,
I do.
but
No
I
one
don't
can
know.
beat me, ever.
I don't know what you
best.
got for newer music, especially something like Dope Lemon's kind of
Really
under the
odd. I
radar.
have a really odd. Like I could go from the Last Night Fighter to Dope Lemon, right? I could go
Okay.
from, who that is, right?
I don't know Dope Lemon.
But
Oh yeah, I've seen Last Night Fighter up close in
I
person.
know.
Yeah.
So yeah. Dope Lemon, try it out.
I feel like you're more of a Journey guy.
I do not like Journey, but I can tell you who the band members are if you'd like.
I like that skill. All I know is Steve Perry, I believe, from that one.
There you go. Neil Sean's the guitar player. Let's just stop it there.
I can't even fact check them if I wanted to. I can't even think of a song they sing right now in the back of my head. What's the song?
Journey song?
Yeah, just I know.
Think
I
of
know.
The Sopranos.
Don't stop believing.
Yeah,
Sing something for him. Give him a little something. Give him a
You
little
got it.
something.
Yeah.
You got it.
And don't let him sing, for God's sakes.
Yeah, come on, songbird of our generation. I want to hear this.
Oh shit! What's your go-to song? Is it Humpty?
That's the Humpty.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah, it's time to
But
it's
yeah,
time to move on.
I like how Jive Ass Honkies is the Love Shack.
It's, you know what?
B-52s.
Let's be honest. That fucking version of Love Shack with the crack whore, excuse me, whoever you are, God bless you, whatever the magic crack whore at the one place, was one of the best performances of all time. I shouldn't have said that, about the crack whore thing.
What? the
I
DJ
wouldn't call her a
downtown
crack
song?
whore. I'd just say she's a magic whore.
Okay, fair enough.
Let me tell you this.
Okay.
She's
She's a nice lady.
very well. She is nice.
She is
She's
a
crazy
nice
as
lady.
fuck. But
That's the
her magic's not bad.
Yeah.
It's pretty
You
bad.
know,
It's pretty fucking bad.
Sleight of hand.
It's pretty bad, dude.
It's
Come on.
rusty.
It's like,
But look, I
Who
just
carries
watched.
a fake thumb around?
I mean,
dude?
well, I mean, she's almost like pulling the whole. I got your thumb. Got your nose. Yeah, yeah. It's,
Oh man.
Yeah.
So
So
Friday-
Thursday's gonna be cool.
Thursday will be cool. We're gonna have a lot of going on. It'll bring, I think, Dolly with the, and she's gonna be spinning whatever kind of music is fitting for the time. I don't think it's gonna be a whole bunch of Stevie Ray Vaughan. If you're wondering, it's probably gonna be a little bit of everything. Is that Jetty texting you now?
Yeah, he said because you're perfect. I love Jetty.
But then,
You ever seen Roadhouse?
hell yeah.
yeah, you know they're doing a remake.
Y'all better wrap that stage in chicken wire because I'm throwing beer bottles out. The first time she plays a song,
Are
I don't
you
like.
gonna play? Are you gonna play a guitar like that?
No, oh, like the blind dude.
Yeah. Jeff
Was it a slide guitar?
Jeff Healy
Sorry,
band.
Yeah.
But
More useless '80s trivia.
Yeah, thank you very much.
so basically once we do the club style games, I don't know how long it'll take. We were kind of thinking it's going to take like maybe, and we're going to start this off at 6,
Yeah.
right? So anybody that's doing rides anywhere, you have all day Friday to go out, hit Talamina, do whatever you want to do. just be back and ready to fucking party by 6 is the thing.
Yeah, because that gives you. I mean, I think most people are up early,
Or not going to bed at all.
or not going to bed. But people that are getting up early and riding usually get that done by or back around.
But here's the thing. So Friday morning is also mimosa morning. So a lot of people might not even
right.
make it till 6 p.m.
That's right.
I think Big Will Cody didn't make it to 6 p.m. one time. He did mimosa so hard, he was gone for like a day and a half.
Did he get sick though? I thought he was sick one weekend. Like he had and it ended up being pancreatitis or what?
No.
There was something where he was sick at the camp out. We were worried about it, and then he went home like 2 days later, got his gallbladder removed or
No,
something.
that was his appendix. That was
Okay.
the first. That was the second year of the camp out when he went and bought the lowrider.
Okay, yeah, we were like.
So we're
"Pussy,
talking about
get
the
up."
year, the rain year. He slept through the rain because that's when we were doing all the photos everywhere. And he pretty much got so fucked up during the day doing mimosas that he just crashed out for the rest of the day.
It happens.
It
Yeah,
happens.
that's right. I remember. What was that?
That was your
couple
first
years?
year.
Yeah.
That was the rain year. This will be the third
This will be
year.
our third.
Third.
Yeah. So, goddamn, I'm drinking these a lot faster than I thought it was.
Yeah, it happens. Y'all ready to smoke a joint? Anybody want to smoke a
No,
joint?
dude, I don't do drugs, dude.
I don't smoke drugs.
Jaden, yeah.
So club style games, and then we
Wait,
have
but Friday starts off
mimosas.
mimosas. Yep,
Mimosas start off Friday. James will have them.
in the back of the truck.
Yeah, and then I gotta pee. But if you guys want to start going through some of the sponsors we have,
I got you.
for the giveaways we're gonna be doing Friday night, which I think almost every sponsor is doing a Friday and a Saturday sponsor.
Yeah, for the most part. There's a few that aren't, but
Quick little callback on that Roadhouse Jeff Healy comment.
Yes.
Little known fact, he went on to create the shoe company Healy's. I'm just joking.
I was about to say,
Jesus Christ. I was like, dude is blind.
Which made it even more remarkable.
Yeah, he's not much of a skater.
Stupid. I know. Sorry.
So our sponsors,
well, there's a lot of sponsors.
there are.
First, I would like to talk about one of my best friends, my machinist, who has supported me through.
You were looking in my eyes when you said that. I thought I
you
was
were
there.
next.
Oh,
You're
okay.
second,
Jesus
third best
Christ.
friend. My machinist that's supported all of us
Yeah.
at every one of these events. He's always gone above and beyond. I don't know if there's very few people that have had him, but he made some really killer. He made some really killer trophies for us, and he's gonna. There's a special trophy for Big Trouble Pick this year, so we're excited about that trophy, and we have obviously trophies for other categories that we will decide during the camp out. So first and foremost, I want to throw out my boy Justin's name, my machinist. If you're not following him, probably not that cool. Now, please help me with the rest.
Did you not get it on your phone?
Get what on?
No, he was just giving Justin a shout out the whole time you were pissing.
Oh, my bad.
machinist?
Yeah. No, my machinist, not yours, mine.
I'm running his bars on my ST.
Are you
so-
gonna get that little ST vent? The little. Have you
It
seen
is
that
cool.
thing?
Yeah, with my logo on it though.
Yeah, but your logo is gay, and this is cool.
First off,
I do have a correction earlier. If there's anywhere I would take a shit at Fast Life, not JD's camper, do it in Justin's cabin or camper.
yeah,
wherever
it's
it
actually
is.
not a bad one. It's like usually
Hey, you
right
know
there.
the first year
The
First year I was there, I had the river
Oh yeah, the treehouse.
right
Inshiterator.
incinerator. If you don't know, if you've not had the luxury of staying in the incinerator, it burns your poop right there, so there's no waste. Anyways, Justin was a little further down, and I took a shower in his cabin and flooded his whole fucking cabin. I didn't even shit in the shower or anything. It was just
Just shit in the shower, just waffle stop.
no waffle stomping or nothing. Waffle smash. Yeah.
Hulk
So-
smash.
I took a cold shower in his shower once.
It was a graveyard.
He did the smash.
He did the poopy smash.
The waffle smash. Anyway, God bless Rachel had to
Squeegee it out
She had to towel up the water. There was no poop.
that you know of.
Because it was clogging the drain, the drain down below.
That's
Yeah.
what the Waffle Smash is.
Yeah. So, did y'all actually talk about any of these sponsors?
No.
Not yet. We just talked about My Machinist.
So thanks, My
It was,
Machinist.
awesome.
So obviously sponsors. The sponsors are going to be doing giveaways. So we got a giveaway Friday night that will have some kind of attachment games like we did last year. Some things we're probably going to stay away from based on like.
Yeah, no snorting hot shit.
Yeah, we're not going to be snorting any kind.
There's not going to be any strongman contest. There's no arm wrestling. No, none of that shit.
We don't want anyone getting hurt.
You know what? I think we do
We
need to
don't-
have a dump them out and a drop them out.
We don't have any.
A dump 'em out and a drop 'em out.
We have any watchers? Anybody?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do they think about
10
a dump
10
them
people?
out?
Somebody just said, I guess they're just all going to wear skirts. No, no, nobody's really saying anything
Yeah,
about
you're
the games.
in your dreams,
So
sir.
we're looking forward to well, why is nobody getting hurt? What's the thing? I mean, obviously.
So
nobody-
down. All right.
I mean, it's because something there was an arm wrestling contest at the Hangover show, and somebody got hurt.
The
And
fucking arm got snapped off, dude.
come on, man. So we just don't want to do that.
Did they
Yeah,
ask?
no
not to be-
names. No names.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't even know who it was, but
Yeah.
this happened.
Yeah, no, it did.
Yeah.
So
It was Jetty. It was Jetty Wright. Snapped his fucking arm for the second time. 2 years.
2 years
Daytona
running.
arm wrestling champion.
He's gonna be at the camp out like this.
He's gonna fucking knock out down the door any minute.
Dude, don't do that. Lock the door.
He will come in
come
here
up
with
here.
like bear suit underwear on. He's already no. It's not him.
Don't fucking invite him up here. He's on a fucking
I,
bearskin
dude,
rug last
he's
time.
he got up at like 2 a.m. to drive all the way to where was that?
Timbuktu.
No, the down past San Antonio.
Far.
Yeah. He basically drove the entire state and back today.
Be like that sometimes when you drive for a living.
When you drive, hey, tell me about it.
So, yeah, so we keep getting off track here.
So
Sure.
Fridays,
Put us back
Paul.
on track.
Paul. Come on, Paul. Help
Fuck
us
is
out.
Paul?
You, dude. Paul.
Pat Paul.
Paul.
Shit, you asking the wrong one. So we were into. So there will be games slash other
Challenges.
than the
Club
other than the club style games. Thank you. There will be other games and prizes. We're going to do a lot of giveaways. You know, we're going to in a second. Millhouse is going to go through all of the great people that have sponsored this, helped us sponsor this bike show and camp out. Because when you're sponsoring one, you're sponsoring both. We have a lot of big names.
And I mean, each sponsor is doing basically a $250 gift card each night, right? So
Not all of them,
not all of them,
but a good
Only the
majority.
ones
Equivalent.
Well,
Yeah,
we have
most
got,
of
you know, again, we have companies that are smaller that can't afford to do stuff like that, and that's what this whole community is to
an opportunity for them to still get their name out there, and do
right
something.
and throw a little bit of something out there and get a lot of something back. It works. Ask Justin Page.
Yeah.
It works.
So we've got obviously Thundermax.
Who's Thundermax?
Nobody.
Who's the guy that
They're
Also,
never
air
around.
ride, right?
Yeah.
It's Irod.
Yeah.
I ride.
Sometimes.
Simpson helmets, Outcast clothing, Lexin. My buddy Ace Graphics, Mikey out of Clarksville, is coming. It's his first camp out, and he's coming hard with his giveaways. I think he's doing 24 like bags full of cool shit. His buddy Seth at Platinum Printing, they're kind of code up together. They're riding up together.
Nice.
Memphis Shades, Tommy at Cowboy, Tucker Speed. What'd you say they were doing? They're splitting it. They'll
They're
be there
splitting it.
Friday and Saturday. Speed Dealers doing some stuff. Clean Moto, of course, Justin, my machinist, the Mercenary Boys, and John at Hardcore Cycles called like literally.
Yeah, Hardcore Cycles is another guy who's a company that's always supported the bike
for sure.
show, and we try to do the same back. Got a really close relationship with John, so thanks, John. Brian Clockworks will also be a sponsor.
Well,
Santoro Fab Works, Mike over at Santoro. Also, all of those guys have been supporting since day one. So they'll all be. And I think we're going to maybe see a few of those guys. We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. I just got me and Paul from Bare Knuckle Performance were just texting, and he hasn't confirmed what he's going to do, but he is going to do something as far as giveaways as well.
Cool.
And so we'll have him as well. I don't know. Some of these guys won't be there, but they'll be sending stuff for us to give away. Some of them will be there, and that's even pretty cool as well. But yeah, so basically club style games will take place, and then we're going to do a handful of giveaways that night. Roughly, it's going to be we'll probably be trying to wrap up giveaway stuff and partying at around 10 or 11 o'clock at night, and then commence the rager around the campfire all night, right? Big Trouble Bike Show the next day, Saturday, is going to be kicking off at 3 p.m.
Yep.
Is when you're going to be able to come and register your bike at the Big Trouble tent, which will be next to the stage.
Correct.
You'll be able to come set up, register. There's no fee to register. Just come put your shit in, get a sticker. And I think that we have, how many classes did we say we had?
13.
15 judges.
We have 15 judges, but I think we also have a couple.
We have the ladies' choice on top of.
And we're going to do a ladies' choice this year.
So we're going to have all the chicks that are there to go out and
Pick
vote
their
on their
favorite
favorite bike, and they're going to come into like a ballot box type thing.
Yep. There will also be like we did at the down south. We did a King of the Camp Out, which was a fun thing, and my boy Tiny won it, who was well deserved. Do you agree? Say you don't agree, because he'll see you it soon, and you're not going to say it. Anyway,
I know why you won.
why did he win?
I can't say it on fucking air, dude.
Anyways,
Because he's such a great guy.
he's a big fella. Anyways, he is a great guy. Don't say it. He is a great guy.
He is a good dude. He's the best.
And he deserved it.
Yeah.
He deserved it, right? He's the new guy on scene, and he fucking ruled the camp out.
Yeah.
And he's been
So-
on one ever since.
He has been on one ever since. So we're going to do King and Queen of the camp out this year.
So what is
Okay. All right.
what would you say is like the premise behind?
No, go ahead. I'm
No,
listening.
go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Queen of the camp out. Why?
Why not?
Why?
Here we go.
I don't know. Just what are we just going to throw somebody a bone because she happens to have a vagina? If there's somebody that's, I don't
So
know.
you're saying that, in your opinion,
In my opinion,
Wait,
I've gone to every one of
King
them. I don't
the
remember
camp out
some
could
chick
just
being
be
so-
male or female. Is that the way we should do it?
I don't know, man. I don't remember any chick being like so badass where it was like, oh, dude, we should honor her because she's been fucking cool. Like,
I'm just going to keep my mouth shut on that.
I don't know. It just seems a little PC for me. It seems a little woke.
Well,
I'm
I don't.
trying to woke up a little bit.
I
I guess.
mean,
okay, a little fuck me.
No, well, I think that it's a good premise, but it's also like maybe not to talk about it here to get someone to be over extra, but I could think of a couple chicks last year at the camp out that like was a good vibe. Straight up, a good vibe. Hang out, fun. Every time you saw them, it was good times. You know,
what's Tara's name?
Tara Jones?
Tara Jones.
She's the shit.
She's amazing.
Right. Okay. So you don't think that somebody like Tara Jones deserves?
I hadn't partied with her though. I hadn't hung out with her.
Well, she's fun.
Well,
We did it down
I hope she comes to the down south or this one, Fast Life thing.
Yeah, I'm just saying there are people like that
Yeah.
that do deserve that. I feel like so. Fuck you, Jed.
Well, my thing is when you go from like a king of the camp, like, oh, dude, this guy was such a partier.
I
Such
mean,
a whatever.
it doesn't mean bring your big giant lips and your
No,
fake
that's what I'm saying.
tits. It just means be
seems like
fucking
there's
a cool person.
Yeah.
I mean, it just means.
Serious.
I don't know.
I trust you guys in it. I trust you guys. I'm sure it'll be cool. In the end, I'll end up looking like the asshole about it. But it just,
Maybe you're
It's
right.
okay.
Maybe you're right, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
yeah. No, it's like I'm pulling
hot dog
I'm hoping for the
lips.
best.
I think it's. I feel like it's. I feel like it's a good idea to like incentivize anybody to be a good time.
Right. Everybody's in. The thing is everybody fucking matters. It doesn't matter what you drive up on or, how many fucking followers you got. Every person matters. And I think sometimes people get lost in the fold when there's big groups like that. And I like to pull out the person that's lost in the fold. And if that happens to be a female, then cool. I didn't say it was going to be a female that won Queen of the Camp Out. Could be a dude. There's some bitch-ass motherfuckers that'll show up to this thing, too. I'll be looking at you.
Touche.
Dude, that would be funny as shit, dude. Like, you were a fucking bitch-made dude the entire weekend. Here's the...
Yeah, if you win Bitch of the Camp Out or Queen of the Camp Out and you're a dude and you win Worst Bike, don't come back.
Yeah.
Don't say that.
You don't say that. But, you gotta smoke a cigarette. is what you-
No, I've already smoked 2 cigarettes in here. You, didn't see 'em.
You better fucking not.
You can't even smell them. It's all right here. Rent free.
Take your ass outside.
We didn't even smoke that joint. Now see.
This is a podcast. Got to keep it going. Yeah, so basically 3 to 5 is going to be registration for the Big Trouble Bike Show.
Yep.
And from that point on,
Are we regulating a little more on how we're parking them this year?
So I
Or are we
wanted-
just kind of
I wanted
Salt baying 'em.
I wanted them to be in that area
Sure.
so that there's space between bikes so that people can take pictures of them and see them and not
Right.
like
Sit on
shove
them
them in a
naked.
line. I don't want it to look like a Costco parking lot. I want it to
Right.
look like spread them out as far as it needs to be. That way there's line of sight so people can take pictures of these bikes and see the bikes from all angles.
Right.
Because when they're sardine canned next to each other, it's very hard to take it in.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't see the bike from the side because there's a black road glide next to it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I mean? Put space between it. We have space at the camp out. We can, that entire center section
Right.
from the stage to the goddamn clubhouse can be bike show. So fill it up. Sorry. So I'm on 3rd one here. 4th one, actually.
4th loaf of bread.
Yeah. Before we get thick. But yeah, so we'll do that from 3 to 5. And then the awards will start at 6. Is that what we?
Yeah.
And from
o'clock.
6.
Presentations at 6.
From 6 till the rest of the night, we'll finish that. And we have some great builders coming out and brands coming out to offer trophies. And a lot of these brands will also have a prize with their trophy. Some of them won't. Some of them will.
Right.
It's all good. We got Wheelo Skilo. He doesn't even know it.
Yep. So surprise, mother trucker.
Yeah, Wheelo Skilo's making a trophy for this event. It's going to be the I'm a YouTuber now trophy.
It's a new GoPro.
It's a new GoPro, basically.
Yeah.
We expect a new GoPro for him to give away. Hang 'em High Customs. He had a really badass trophy last year. I think that FXR Mike won.
Yeah.
Real cool handmade belt buckle that he had done that was super rad. Hazmat coming back strong again. He made a really cool sign similar to the one that's behind me. I think that's what he did last year.
Yeah,
right?
he did.
My machinist, I think he's gonna probably do some other dumbass thing like he did last year. I think what do you do, a titty in a tent?
Yep.
It's like I want to help him. Like, what kind of titty was that? It was so. It looked
It was
like
a
a water
12-pound
tower.
titty.
It needs to put some,
what?
A water tower. The water tower titty.
it looked like one of those water plant titty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, bro, what kind of nipple is that, dude? Is that all your machine can do?
It was an
Anyway,
ARP.
I just had to find a way to talk shit about him. I heard Thundermax, Millhouse, you got a fucking banger, which I asked you not to tell me
Yeah, I'm not- no.
or show me anything. I want to be surprised.
It'll be
if-
boxed.
Pretty fucking good. Yeah.
Okay,
It'll
cool.
be boxed.
It'll be boxed. We got Outcast Cultures bringing a trophy, and they're doing giveaways as well. Clean Moto's doing a trophy. If you don't follow those guys, they've been a big supporter of not only our camp out, but the others as well.
Yep.
Those guys are rad as fuck. They've been
Yeah,
coming out
huge
to a lot of
supporter
things.
us at Big Trouble Bike Show as well.
Screaming Speed and Fab. Y'all know Steve Chamberlain. He's going to be out there doing some trophy things. Forever Rad is bringing a trophy. Easy Rider Cycles, Rennie is supposed to be bringing a trophy. It should be like a, what do you think his going to be?
It's a big bong.
A big, he's not a weed smoker, is
Is
he?
he not a weed smoker?
Yeah, he does.
is?
Because I've smoked weed with him dozens of times. So
Yeah, he's not one of those like it's his personality guys. I don't know, man. Rennie's it'll be something cool, no
Yeah.
doubt.
I like Rennie. Joe Kidd's bringing a trophy to the game.
yeah, his is a big deal last year as well.
Yeah. So Joe Kid's going to be bringing a trophy. He's going to be doing his pick, and I'm pretty sure you're going to have to bring your. I'm pretty sure it'll be FXR related. Yeah. So.
I'd be a little disappointed if it wasn't.
Yeah. Right.
Big Trouble obviously doing a trophy as well. Fast Life, I'll be doing a trophy. I'll be doing another helmet this year. And somehow we have Clean Moto on here twice.
Because Clean Moto is going to also do a trophy. That's what March.
That's correct, but he already said that.
Yeah, it's in the trophies category. And last but not least, we got the Fringe Award coming in from our motherfucking D.
D and the
RD's building a
house.
trophy, and I think if you saw it online, it's a rotor, it's a set of risers and bars, and he's gonna tassel it the fuck out, I believe, and he's gonna call it the Fringe Award, whatever that means. Maybe it's a fringe bike. I don't know how
I
he's
don't know
gonna
if
say
you've
it.
ever seen his fringe vest, but I'm assuming.
Anyway, I'm just glad he's leaning into it. doing
Yeah,
his thing.
don't sleep on him being one of the dudes that leads a ride either, because
That's
he
that's
knows
a
those
great
roads
point.
like
Yeah.
the back of his hands. He rides there on the weekends. I mean, that's part of just where he lives. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised, and if there was anybody, I would probably go do a ride. I probably won't go ride, but if I did, I'd probably go on RDs because he's gonna know
You don't think I see that? dude?
everywhere cool to stop.
It's a joint.
Oh, that's okay. That sounds better. Cigarette smoke never leaves carpet, but joint smoke
I've
sounds better.
smoked 4 cigarettes in here.
You have not smoked a fucking cigarette,
Do
dude.
you not see the fucking cigarettes and lighter sitting right
I
here?
will pour water on those cigarettes,
You
dude.
will shit and fall in it, sir.
I bet I can beat you arm wrestling.
You want to bet? Ask Jet. You better call Jetty real quick.
Dude, you didn't fucking arm wrestle nobody.
Somebody defend me.
You do have big hands, though.
Yeah.
I don't know if that counts for arm wrestling, does it? Does that do
No, it
anything?
doesn't. No.
Doesn't do anything.
And just to be fair, so I'm being crystal clear here. Jetty's left-handed, and
You're not.
well, I'm ambidextrous. The only thing I do left-handed is right.
Same with me.
Really?
Yep, 100%.
Left-handed people are so fucking weird, right?
So you do? What do you
Shoot
do?
pull. I
So
shoot
you
pull
jerk off
left-handed.
with your right hand?
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
Wow. So you're not coordinated with your left hand, but you
No,
can't.
not at all. I throw a ball right-handed, shoot a basketball right-handed, shoot a gun right-handed, but I play pool left-handed.
Nope, not me.
Yeah.
Can't do anything left-handed except for right.
Have you tried it with your right hand?
So I get
Because
the-
you might be good. I mean, I don't know. I just maybe crossing all the T's and dotting the I's here. You know.
You all right?
Oh, yeah.
So what kind of drugs are you gonna be at the camp out?
I hope a lot.
All of them.
Whatever your little heart desires.
Uppers, downers, in-betweeners.
I just like, yeah, I like the in-betweeners. For the in-between times, uppers and the downers.
So I mean, I think that the Big Trouble Bike Show, like I said, we have a lot of great trophies from a lot of cool guys, and each one of those guys are going to be able to go out there, figure out the bikes that they pick, and then come up and give somewhat of a speech about why. And I thought that was a really cool thing that happened last year. I know that you implemented it into the Down South Camp Out show, the first Big Trouble show, and I think it's gonna be fun, man. I'm actually, as someone that's usually really overwhelmed with this whole thing of feeling like everything has to be perfect for everybody, I'm feeling pretty good, as in shit's kind of worked out beforehand. So it's more of showing up and just trying to be a positive vibe for it.
Right, like I agree. The whole, I feel like last year was just a love fest, really.
Yeah.
Right? There's no, like, I mean, we go to rallies, we go to Sturgis, we go to Daytona, we go to all these other places, right? And I mean, I'm the old man in the group by a long shot. But every one of those,
Jetty. Or Big Jetty.
well, Big Jetty's different, but
No, I know.
but he doesn't go out with us and stuff right. But every year for the past several years, there's been there's been fist fights at everything I've ever been at. It's mostly Justin's Page's fault, sometimes Jetty's fault, but mostly Justin's. Anyway, we have been in fights in every fucking event we've ever been to, right?
Except for this one.
Except for and we didn't really have anything at Craig's, right? There's no fights. There was a shooting, but I mean,
There was a firearm discharge, but other than that,
yeah. But
Where
I
does
mean,
that land on the spectrum? There was a shooting.
But it's just a really, every year has just been a really happy vibe, and I like the happy vibe. Right? I mean,
You
it's
save
fun.
the drama for
Another
another
time.
fucking place.
Yeah, meet us at Froggies if you want that bullshit.
I think part of it's just the grassroots nature of it. It's the fact that it's kind. I mean, obviously we put it on an Instagram, you promote it, whatever, but it is still kind of a word of mouth event. Like
Exactly.
was to the extent of you have to be kind of following the people that would promote it. To otherwise, you're not going to know about it. You know what I mean? How would you? And I think that just weeds out some of the. I don't know. It's. Obviously, there's a bunch. It's not a bunch of fucking clones. There's a million
it's
different
certainly,
personalities.
like you said, it's certainly grassroots.
But everybody gets along, and you're right. To that aspect, everybody is chill, and it's just not a spot where drama could really even pop.
But I mean,
up.
like if you're in, and I mean, I'll say this for the down south as well. But if you're in Daytona or you're in Sturgis or you're at one of these rallies, it's not the same as being at one of these campouts where people are actually, if you have a fucking problem, people are going to actually help. You know what I mean? If you have a electrical problem or a motor problem, somebody's there that's going to help.
Yeah.
People got tools. People are going to help each other. That's the real community of it. If you're at fucking, one of these other big rallies, that's not so much. You know what I mean? Not so much. So it is truly a tight knit group. The group gets bigger, but it's still super tight knit. I feel like it's tight knit, and doing these kind of things brings everybody, keeps everybody close to each other, even the strangers.
I feel like this year, one of my main goals this year is to kind of meet more people. You know what I mean? Outside of like how we walked around last year.
Probably
I want to really
funnest parts of it for me.
I want to do that more and get to know more people and where they came from and all that stuff. And while I was on my trip to California, I got to sit down with some guys that would meet me for a couple of drinks that night, and some of which are planning to be at the camp out, and they had said things to me like, man, like I hear about it all the time on the podcast. I'm really stoked to go, but I looked online for like YouTube videos about the camp out, and there's like none. There's a handful of them from like guys that's ridden there over the past, but there's nothing really based on like the real essence of what the camp out is, right? So that's one of my main goals of this camp out. I think Wilo's going to be doing some stuff too. I know Sax is going to be here videoing and stuff like that. I want to try to capture this camp out in a way video wise that gives people understanding of what it is, so they don't have to fucking keep hearing us say this shit all the time.
Yeah, I know I think everybody's gonna collect in the years past.
But dude, I'm gonna be releasing podcasts from this trip I just did over the next couple of days or next couple of weeks. That like mainly like from Hoggish and Joe Kidd and Brian from up in Twin Falls, and these guys talking about coming to the camp out and meeting these guys, and like. These stories of how these guys are all friends, in a sense, are kind of, they're rad motherfuckers individually.
Yeah.
But it's the track to the camp out that made them close because they met on it, right? Or they heard about it on the podcast, or whatever the case may be.
We need the best thing would be a video. If you could take the article that James Franzen wrote, and you could make a YouTube video that was on the same level. Not a reel. It doesn't need to be. It needs to include that, but it's so much more than that. If you could make a YouTube video that encapsulates everything James wrote about it, it'd be knockout. It'd knock it out of the park. But at that point, what happens then? How big does it go? How does it change? I mean, it's not a bad problem to have, but that is one of those things. Once you put it out there, then
we were kind of talking about this earlier. Like the camp out. Anytime you have something popular, it's going to get big. Think about like if you're into bands. Like I'm a Deftones fan. I love Deftones.
Man, me too.
You're fucking lying, dude. Don't like all my shit because you want to be like me.
Your shit.
whatever. So I'm a Deftones fan.
Yeah.
But Deftones, if you want to be that, if you want to take the hipster mentality where you only like things that are kind of like unknown, well, Deftones, Chino has multiple other bands that are fucking equally as sick. Team Sleep, fucking Crosses, some other guys and stuff another band too. Huh?
I'm impressed.
So basically there's other things where you can get that vibe still that's not super mainstream, popular rock band, right? Same thing with the camp out. The camp out's going to grow. It's only going to get bigger. There's going to be more people. There's going to be more of this. But how many other fucking weekends in the year are there that you can go have a smaller, intimate event? You can go to I just went and camped by myself this weekend. You know what I mean? Why can't anybody else do that? Why does the one event that has been so beneficial for everybody else in life, why does that not need to grow? Why does other people not need to experience that as well? It's going to keep growing. It's going to be whatever it is. It's never going to be what it was, right?
Well, I mean, it could be. It just
it's not
on a different date.
Growing is not staying the same. Growing is trying to carry the values of what you stand for, but apply those values in a new space.
You're preaching to the choir. I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
But in its essence, it's just a camp out. You can literally go with your buddies to any fucking place in America and light a fire and hang out behind it and do this. It just so happens that we did this. We had a podcast to promote it on. We've had great friends to represent it over the last 5 years, 6 years. And now it's grown to this. And other people have come and become part of this world. And this world's fucking grown to what it is, right? So it's just going to grow. It's not going to get smaller. It's just going to grow. Now, I think we've all talked about it before. If it gets dumb,
like
I said, we're not bringing.
It's dumb when people quit believing in it, and I think people believe in that idea. Like I said, it's just not the bikes. The bikes are almost an excuse, right? Everybody's searching for something, right? If you have half a brain, you'll always be searching. So, I think meeting people and talking to different people from different parts of the country and learning their journey, I think makes you fucking smarter. You know?
Yeah. And this is our party. This is the one.
This is everybody's party.
In the same vein of,
right?
Well, when I say ours, I mean our scene. Yeah.
For sure.
It's one of those things we can do what you do, but you can't do what we do. We could, you know what I mean?
Yes.
When I say that, I mean the Sturgis thing. That if it gets so big,
right?
Yeah, it's great for all bikes, but I don't want to. There's so many other bikers I don't want to hang out with. This is the personal. This is the yard party of. I say the cool kids, but I mean the people I want to hang out with.
I mean,
and I don't know them all, but you know,
I know what you mean.
I want to meet them all.
That's
what I mean
about this. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
but I don't need the random.
So we had 1,000 people roughly show up to the last camp out, and I can tell you right now that I don't know what 2,000 people looks like, and I don't know if that's sustainable. Right? I really don't know. So, but I never imagined that we would have got to 1,000 people coming to this camp out. So, and I would never thought it would have happened, and we had fun. You know what I'm saying? So I think that as you grow, it just kind of evolves and adapts. You know what I'm saying? And yes, when it started, it was as bare bones as it could be. A campfire, coolers with beer. We rode during the day. We drank and partied all night. Simple as that.
But then at this point,
but it still is that for most people that come to the camp out.
Yeah.
But isn't it cool that 1,000?
But now those same guys that started it are the steward for other folks that are finding this same thing out that you guys did 6 years ago.
Yeah, and honestly,
you're still the owner and steward of that. You know what I mean? And that's important. And
when we did the Fast Life Camp Out 6 podcast, a dude on the comments, which I usually don't read, I saw it, and he goes, they've been doing a camp out in California for years. I think it was the Kernville camp out and all these other ones. Yeah, 100%, they have. But
we're not from California.
We're not from California. We haven't had this kind of stuff on this side of the country And, you know, we also, a lot of us on the side of the country haven't had a fucking voice in the motorcycle industry until the last couple of years. So, you know, a lot of brands are involved with this side of the Rockies, you know what I'm saying? And we have a, you know, we kind of all pulled together and became like a voting power in the motorcycle industry, right?
For sure, yeah.
And that's why you're seeing more brands lean into what we're doing. You know, like, you know, California is such a dense population of motorcyclists, right? You know, you would almost expect for any camp out they put on to have 1,000 people there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it'd probably be unsuccessul otherwise.
But that's why I think Kernville is like, they sell 1,000 tickets. Only 1,000 people can go to that camp out.
That's a pretty fucking cool idea, actually.
Yes and no. Because at the same time, the camp out is about getting people to ride their bikes from all over the country to meet each other. And, you know, I've already gave everybody a spill, so I don't want to do it again. But it's that concept.
Yeah.
And in that concept, you get these other side fucking pockets and quests, if you will, of dudes creating scenes in their scene or in their areas because they fucking finally met each other to go do something together. How awkward it'd be if, like, hey, you live, you know, Millhouse, you're from East Texas, I'm from Dallas. Hey, you ride bikes? Yeah, dude. What kind of bike? I got a lowrider ST. I'm like, what? Me too. Let's meet up and go fucking ride together. And it's just me and you sitting at a Chili's somewhere. So, what do you do for a living? I'm not saying it's a bad time. I'm just saying it isn't like this rager of an event. Like, oh my God, I fucking just had the time of my life. You know? This gives people the opportunity to have one of those big events where you get to check all these boxes and almost have an overload of experience.
Right.
To where most people that come to this camp out try to bring this vibe back to their communities. Joey's tried to do that with where he's at. And
has, right?
Craig started a whole fucking another
Utah,
camp out.
Also, Jay Utah's done the same
Steve
thing.
did it when
Carolina.
he took this vibe back to fucking the up north camp out.
Yep.
So,
And if you don't leave with that kind of inspiration, that's fine too. If nothing else, it's the most badass boys weekend, guys weekend, whatever the fuck you want. If you want to minimize it, just go have the fucking coolest weekend you could ever have, not at your house with your old bring her too. She'll have fun, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you want to nothing else, just one of the funnest weekends of the year. You're not going to get Disneyland to death on prices. There's nobody trying to make money. There's no you show up, you pay your camping, pay for what you eat and drink, and and meet people and have fun.
And didn't you tell me earlier that there was going to be a bar under the pavilion?
yeah, so this year there's going to be this is separate from the campground or us, but there's going to be like a bar set up that there'll be chicks out there slinging drinks. Basically, you know, most of us really do have our own drinks at our campsite, right? But let's just say you walk into the mix and that shit's right there, whatever. I can't imagine I don't think we're talking Vegas prices. I'm sure it's going to be, you know, VFW prices, to be honest
Donations?
with you. Yeah. I don't know about that, but I'm sure it'll be close. But
Well,
I think
regardless, if you've been drinking beer all weekend, you want a fucking vodka Red Bull, surely they got it, and you're going to pay $6-7 for it, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Well, I mean, shit. How much are they now?
probably $6-7 if you buy them on your own.
I mean,
but anyway, I mean, it's just about making more convenience. I mean, that was kind of brought to me by Sandoval and the guys there. They're like, hey, we got a company that wants to come set up a liquor thing. And he even said, hey, if you want to set up a whole liquor thing and do it yourself and sell the shit, he's like, you can do it. I'm like, well, I don't want to work that hard. You know what I mean? I don't want to, do all that mess. So to me, it's like if somebody else can come in and provide value and gain something out of it, more power to them.
hey, like think about the food truck guys that were there.
Oh God,
right?
they made.
So during the wrap up of the show, the bike show, when Adam came on stage and everything, one of those vendors matched donations for I think
Veterans.
we were doing veterans.
So what happened was we pulled like 4 or 5 veterans. I think your dad was one of them, right?
No.
Because didn't we
Dad
do
would've
something to not get him to shave his beard?
Well, Justin Kelly and Justin Page went in and bought him a helmet instead of him shaving his beard.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
was
So
cool.
which Dad's got, Actually, Jeremy's got it, and he's gonna do some shit on the back of it and shit. So
Nice.
he'll have it soon.
So, but then we ended up having where we had like what 4 or 5 veterans on stage, right?
Yeah, maybe more. Cause
I think it was like 8.
You think it was 8?
There's a couple of women and 4 or 5 men.
And so Sandoval came on stage and just called arms right there and raised I know you put in, Justin put in.
Like
Whatever Sandoval started, I matched, and then Justin
threw in. Yeah, it's really threw in. Yeah, but it ended up being like $1,500 or $2,000, and they divvied it up between these 8 people and handed them cash right there on the spot.
Yeah,
which I thought was cool as shit.
Well, I mean, that's the way to do it, right?
Yeah.
Nobody wants a fucking gift card when it comes to that kind of thing. Yeah, man, give the guy cash. It might get him home. So
yeah,
and it was so organic the way that it started popping off. That's what made it really special, right? Like, never in a million years, that dude probably could have had his last $300 for the weekend, and was ready to go, right? Mm-hmm. And then he matched his money back. Yeah, that's a fucking winner,
Nice.
For sure.
Got his trip paid for, basically.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I think it's
well, it's that same spirit of the way Adam just popped up organically and did that. Obviously, it's grown to a point he can't do it anymore. But how many times did he feed everybody there out of his own pocket? The first 2 or 3 campouts, he
barbecues
would,
and such.
he would pull a bunch of chicken, I forget whatever the fuck it was, but a fucking gang of meat. And it was kind of first come, first serve. And dude, you got dudes out there on bikes that, rode in, no coolers, that it's not only did it get eaten, but more than appreciated. But that's the kind of guy he is too, as far as putting it back into.
For sure.
If you
Obviously,
if you want to bitch about the prices or anything else, which I think the camping's 15.
Everything's super
15 a night,
reasonable,
that's not
right?
bad, yeah.
I mean, everything's super reasonable.
Yeah.
Inflation.
And there's so many dudes.
Changes stuff, but
that's one thing that the camp, trips can be stressful enough when it comes to cost and stuff like that for some people. But this is one thing where it's an event where, like I said, you're not going to get dicked down on beer prices and all that stuff. It's essentially hanging out in the backyard.
Yeah,
so it's
like
just a big-ass backyard.
Yeah, and it's.
I just want to say really quick, the first entry to the club style games, has made their mark by being first. It is club style Arkansas. It has its 3 men.
Who is it?
It includes Eli, Eric, and RD.
My man.
So, gentlemen, if you're still listening, please send a picture of your trio so that we can post it. A picture of your 3 team.
Arkansas?
Your 3 members of your team.
Hopefully they've got enough time to get. Hopefully they've got enough.
It is going to be Eric, Eli, and RD.
Ooh.
That's coming out of the gate strong.
There's going to be...
Where's Illinois? Where's my boys?
I think there's going to be a good...
Illinois? Where's North Carolina? Somebody...
Where's my Tennessee?
Obviously, Arkansas, this podcast started, and then I can just imagine the texts that were going on, while we've been sitting here talking. They've been, trying to iron out,
It's crazy because Arkansas has won the first leg of the race by being the first entry. So good for them.
And speaking of RD, he did reply. He said the Big Sexy Fringe Award will be for the wildest bike in the show. I don't know what that means.
Thank you for the award.
He said it will have fringe from my personal vest.
Ooh, meow.
That's going to smell delicious.
That's an added bonus from my personal vest.
I love this commitment.
I like his
Obviously, I
confidence.
know RD and Eli. Eric's not coming. I'm not remembering right off. I'm sure I met him, but I'm not remembering Eric from Arkansas just right off the
Well,
bat.
it was you that we were counting on to discuss Eric but in a little bit more depth.
So,
we have a late entry, folks. This is a wild card. Steve Chamberlain said, "I'm a nomad. Anybody can claim me."
oh,
I don't know if you guys are gonna allow that, but it
I'll
almost
just
sounds
go
like
ahead and say right now that Florida will claim Steve Chamberlain. That vote is in.
Florida has claimed Steve
Florida
Chamberlain for the
has
club style
claimed
games.
Steve Chamberlain.
Jose messaged me on Instagram.
We also have Tiny. We'll also take Tiny is from South Florida, and
there's some things in the challenges that we know that I don't
Fair
think
enough.
Tiny's going to be able to.
Yeah.
There's put like this.
I'll bet you this. I'll
No,
bet
like
you a
this.
side bet of any amount of cash you want to bet that Tiny can do anything that you don't think he can do.
Anything he puts his mind
I'm
to.
thinking about the one. There's two.
Have you ever
challenges.
seen the fucking nutsack on this guy?
It's not the point.
It's like fucking.
I don't think he should be able to run a Florida team. I don't,
No.
Yeah.
I'm not running anything.
So yeah.
I'm not running anything.
Yeah.
There's South Florida.
No.
Like,
First
you know,
off,
just
Those
like
guys
Texas.
need to reach out to Chamberlain.
Just
They
like-
got to claim him. You can't.
You're
come
right.
out.
First off,
because actually Chamberlain is representative of Florida. They'll need to reach out to S. Chamberlain 51 51 51 51 50
Steve's still on the board, folks. Get at it.
5150.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
you'll have to reach out to Steve Chamberlain if you want an entry into the Floridas club style.
Well, the thing is, like, if your state does not have a team, which Missouri has,
Yep.
they have a fucking club style.
Illinois has,
Illinois has a club
which
style.
we're all three supporters of club style Illinois. So
Yeah.
What hat am I wearing, Mark?
I have the same hat, and
Club style
it's
Illinois,
in
baby.
the it's in the hotel room.
So
Is it camouflage on top?
Oh yeah,
Yes, same.
sharp.
Yes.
now here's the deal, though. Club style Arkansas
Dildo.
has a dildo.
Here's
I'm from the hood.
If it's not used, I don't even want to
Check it out.
talk about it.
Here's the deal, though. Club style Arkansas. There's also a northwest Arkansas T-bar page.
Right.
So
And they're at war.
they are at war.
I don't know.
Should they battle? Should they battle for supremacy? Of
Battle
Arkansas?
Royale.
What if it came down to those like 7 teams from Arkansas?
They need to have their own civil
look,
war
All I know
then.
is this: is RD's team, Arkansas team, rang in first.
Okay.
So of all club style teams, RD's was the first. Let me check.
And hey, look, I'm glad they're getting down. And hey, look, if we do fill up, but then they don't have a full team, they're disqualified when they show up.
Yeah, if you don't have
True.
three motherfuckers with you, don't.
Don't pull up.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, come. You just can't play the games.
Imagine though if Chamberlain shows up with like Tiny and somebody.
I feel like Chamberlain,
Tiny in Utah.
Chamberlain needs to be linking up with the
That'd be
Missouri
brutal for everybody.
T-bars or the Missouri club style page.
Yeah.
He's in Missouri. That's how that needs to happen.
Who needs to?
Chamberlain.
No, earlier.
What
I
about
don't
the
know if you
Olympics?
Play
He
it
has,
back.
he has to have lived there.
Florida has already accepted.
Mom listens.
Florida has already accepted Steve Chamberlain.
First off, I would love to see anybody
Yeah.
in Florida south of fucking Lakeland actually show up to the camp out.
I'll be there for the third year in a row.
Really? Who?
Tiny's living next to us.
Yeah, Tiny's in fucking South Florida.
Yeah. So one guy, there was a whole bunch of
Bullshit,
people.
he's coming
No, he's
fucking
bringing-
5-6
He's
deep.
bringing Alex and Pedro and
Yeah, he's bringing. Yeah, exactly. Alex, Pedro, the whole fucking gang.
Those guys?
Yep.
Yep.
The motherfuckers have my back though. I can't lie.
Shooter 305, Iron Reaper, Tiny HMFC.
All those that Mel just said.
I'm gonna think of something. Hold on. Uno momento.
I'm so excited for that. I think the club style games just might be the highlight of things, other than obviously
Well, we're gonna do some other things that make it fun for everybody. Like I said, you ain't gotta be no fucking club style to win a little something, something.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
You just
dude,
have to be present and
What did it
positive.
take us an hour today to figure out the divvy between both nights? And both nights are super fucking heavy. I mean, obviously with the bike show and the awards, that'll take up a good portion of it, but we dive right into giveaways with these companies that are sponsoring this.
And we still have
And-
3 helmets to give away from
Yeah,
Simpson on
and-
Saturday.
Right, exactly.
For people doing shit for it.
Right.
So
Right. So unfortunately, Tony won't be there to throw dirt in people's face this year.
But he
so
does have that fucking dreadlock that he can shove in your mouth.
He won't be there.
He won't be there.
He's
At
gonna
all?
show
He's
that.
got a show that week.
Well, at least Gino will be there. And
he
that's,
won't. He won't be there either.
But
Hey, you know what?
Tuesday tomorrow.
fuck them.
That's why I'd be like, fuck King Tony. Love King Tony. Just joking.
So actually, King Tony and Sandoval have been talking about trying to put a slab out there
That would be fun.
to start
Yeah.
doing stunt shows there, which would be a huge thing for even our camp out to bring some of these stunt riders that apparently some people think are famous or some shit like that.
Well, I mean, dude.
Do you,
bro, his
would you
fucking
rather
show is
would
fun.
you would you
Tony's
rather
show is
watch
fun as
Sit
fuck.
Down Steve do stunts or just be Sit Down Steve outside of stunts?
I'm good with either. But with, like I said, I had a lot
Nice
of fun.
Willie, bro.
I had a
So
lot of
sick.
fun at fucking Tony's shit. But I was also with my son. Shout out to my boy Mark.
Wow, you named him after you?
Yeah, he's the fifth
Real original.
for reals.
I got an idea.
But
Let's
he-
call him Mark.
So my son is 14.
Yeah.
He's 6'6", 6'7".
He's a big boy.
Wears a size 15 shoe. So Tony jumped him, elongated, and Jetty, who is also
Wide.
6'7" wide.
He thick.
And he jumped like them in a T. So it was a pretty good distance he jumped them. And it, made my kids month, So,
And
yeah,
now
really
your boy
appreciate
and Jetty are best
How old's your
friends.
son?
He's 14 going on 15.
Fuck.
Yeah. He's
My son's taller than me. He's just now started cresting me. So
you want to hear a funny story? So a year ago, my son's already getting So when I was 15, I was 6'5".
Mm-hmm.
But I was like,
were you 6'2" now?
don't find out the
As
hard
you
way. That's
older-
all that counts, right?
As you get older, you
Yeah, well, I got this thing. Anyway, like I said, one day, listen, one day, you're going to be 50.
air fresheners.
Are you listening?
Okay.
One day you're going to be 50, and I'll be gone, and that's fine, right?
Okay.
But you owe me a fucking apology for all this bullshit you've been fucking talking about me for the last 4 or 5 years.
I feel like I've added value to your life.
I feel the same, and I feel like that's what's great about our relationship is
If
it's
there's a
reciprocating.
healthy amount of shit talking and a healthy amount of actual conversation.
I will tell you this. I will say this right now for all of the world to hear, even the Barella brothers. Said it right. Even though I was drunk, I said Barella.
Why'd you
right?
say that? Why'd you bring him into it?
Just because you can't say it. Say it one time.
Borelli.
So
It's an impediment. I just have a speech
the
impediment.
trip that we took to
Yeah.
Key West after we left the down south camp out.
Yeah. To get away from down south camp out.
Well,
But it
to-
followed us.
Yeah. So, anyways,
Crazy in his truck.
That-
he was mid
that-
jerking off. He's like, "What the fuck, you, Jace?"
that trip with you was by far my favorite trip that I've ever taken. And I did, like I said, I learned some stuff about myself. I learned some stuff about you. It was a good trip.
You guys gonna kiss?
We did in Key West. What do you think
Key
this
West,
conversation's about?
What happens on that island stays.
Stays on
Anything
that
gay in Key West is really not gay,
You're south of the equator.
Right. But I mean, we also had some great partners, right?
Yeah.
That did their own thing. Scooter
Well,
Steve,
like
motherfucking
Steve.
Smithy in the fucking house.
Meow meow meow.
When
And my boy Tarpon Turbo.
Turbo's birthday was the other day, and
Yes, it
I was
was.
looking through my phone of all the pictures I have of Steve or of Craig, and all I could think about was that video of us finally linking up with him when they were fucked up, and
Dude,
one you
I
shared the
wish
other
you would.
day?
Yeah.
That was so. Literally, I was laughing out loud at that moment. You know what I mean? It's like because we were fucked up. We had been
Dude.
drinking whiskey all fucking day long.
yeah.
But Craig comes, my boy comes in at a different fucking
He came in there
angle.
speaking Swahili and shit, dude.
Yeah, dude. He bought like
Greg?
Yeah, and he bought like $136 worth of pizza and then just passed it out to strangers. And bless his heart, that's like a whole month's salary for him.
He's got to do 3,000 miles to make that up.
But yeah, he was on a whole different fucking level. He was, And it's fun. Craig's always fun.
Yeah.
You get different looks at Craig, but this one was definitely, he was a very contrary gal on this trip. So we had a lot of fun with him. He was just fun.
So we showed up to meet up with these guys. And honestly, if you ever listened to the Down South,
I did.
Actually, it was
That was a good
the
podcast.
Southernmost podcast.
That was a good podcast.
We actually did that on the beach. That was actually a fucking, I'll never forget that night.
Me neither,
Straight
man.
up.
Me neither.
Like sitting on the beach, the only fucking beach that exists on Key West.
Really?
Man-made, right? We're in some lawn chairs on the beach. It's Trouble, myself, Craig, and Smithy. And we're just sitting there, just holding mics, feeling like fucking nerds, dude. Like,
It's so nerdy. It's like
if you think about it, like, what if, like, people, like, just in general, just walked out, like, why are those guys holding microphones over there next to a laptop? You know what I mean? We weren't even drinking.
No, I was smoking weed, coughing. I had to.
Yeah.
Just
And
for
we're
that one
just
time
chilling.
in
We're
Key
just
West.
chilling on the beach. You hear the waves crashing. I don't know. To me, it's like almost as epic as like our podcast we did in Silk, Colorado, on the side of the Colorado with all the homies one time. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just good sitting there. You get the ambiance of the background, and but no, I think it was it was the end of the year trip. You know what I mean? Key West, talking shit, having good times, and yeah.
It was fun. Like I said, the whole thing was. It was
Mark
one
talked
of
me
the-
out of going to Key West after Daytona because he wants me to go with him.
No, Key West that's my jam. If I could do that every year to end the year, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that thoroughly, and like Florida for me. If I'm gonna only come to Florida once a year, it's to do the down south and then go to Key West. I do enjoy.
It kind of rinses your soul a little bit, doesn't
Yeah,
it? It really
dude,
does.
You get to go down there and just like just allow the year to end. Like it's a real ender for motorcycle traveling for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah,
still
and we rode.
still
You
1,500
guys
miles.
rode back through a hurricane.
Yeah.
On the
I
way
thought
home.
hurricane season was over.
I thought about the entire time.
The whole
I literally
time?
thought hurricane season was over. But I mean, it is a hard pull. I mean, because basically we're leaving Dallas Thursday morning, going to Florida, Bama, partying there, Inglis Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday we're making our way to Key West. We did what, Plant City or something like that this year.
Yes.
It was
We
Plant
were
City?
Just
Just
north
before the first key,
of
Key Largo.
Largo. That's
Yeah.
right. Yep.
Yeah.
Stayed there.
When did
I heard that too.
when did Yunkin and them meet up, or did he
Yunkin
ride
left
with
with us.
with you?
Yeah, Yunkin left from.
Wasn't
Millhouse
aggressive
with us.
enough.
Yeah.
You got to do it more slide than that, buddy. He left with us. He actually is the only one that saw a fucking 10-foot gator. The whole time, my whole premise of doing this trip was to see a gator.
I've never been to Florida and seen an alligator that hasn't been behind glass.
Yeah.
I don't believe
it's
it.
weird because
I don't believe
you
they
can go to the
exist.
fucking Wendy's parking lot in my city in Jacksonville and see a fucking alligator in their retention pond. I don't know how y'all go without.
I'm starting to be the same way with the Millhouse after 2 down south camp
Dude,
outs. I've been
yeah.
to Orlando now.
Yeah. I was all up and down 95, and right past the Boosies on the right is a retention pond. And I looked out every day this spring rally and didn't see a one fucking gator. So they don't exist.
We saw like 3 or 4 of them.
I didn't see any. I didn't see a one.
You were looking for a food spot. That would have been a good food spot if it had been up.
Yeah, it would have been. I was looking for food. I am always looking for food. Unfortunately, they don't have the Chili's in the Everglades because Chili's is always open. But no, I don't know why we got on that. But basically, I did enjoy that. It was fun. It was a good time.
Been to Canada too multiple times. Never saw a fucking moose. I
So-
think they upsell that shit. They're like,
My
oh.
wife, I'm flying her to Alaska, like the end of June, 1st of July, and because our friends Sherry and Shane live up there, so their house, they live right underneath the Northern Lights. So out their back door at any part of the a nighttime, and I guess she's going when it's 24 hours of daylight.
Yeah, so she's not gonna see it.
So, but they have moose at their back door all the time. And Shane's always out there. I'm like, dude, you're a little motherfucker, man. Don't go out there. They will fuck you up.
Fucking bullweed will whoop that ass.
Yeah, don't end up a horn in a hood ornament.
Yo.
That's a good one. Keep going.
Boom, got it.
Yeah, Invisible J just said, I've lived in Florida for 15 years. I've seen more bears than gators.
Right.
I mean, that's a true story.
He said he's seen more armadillos than fucking bears and more bears than gators.
He lives in Pensacola, so that's not really a accurate description of Florida. I love Invisible J, but Pensacola is not really it's.
Would you say Pensacola is not Florida? It's Alabama.
I would say that, yes. Yes, that's exactly what I would say.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, shots fired.
No shots. It just
Hey,
is what it
I'm
is.
just here to stir the pot, baby.
Well,
Get it going. What you got?
have you ever had somebody so drunk on this show that they've accidentally gone into the closet before the bathroom and pissed?
The only person that didn't know how to pee properly was Sit Down Steve.
So no one's ever pissed in that little closet before.
Okay,
I'm asking.
not yet.
Now I feel like a dick.
Don't be peeing in random spots.
I didn't.
Is there a mess to clean up in the closet? Is that what you're telling us?
No.
Did Pawpaw not make it all the way?
It's on the steps.
Did we need to get you a porta potty over here?
That hurt. That hurt a little bit inside.
What are those things you give kids when they're learning how to piss?
Pull-ups.
No, like the little fucking my potty or something like that.
Training ring?
Training ring. There used to be like a little. It's almost like a toy that was like called My First Potty or something like that. I'm sure there is.
I've heard of people now, they put like Cheerios and stuff in the toilet and they tell little
piss
boys
on
to
them.
aim at them.
Yeah, Fruit Loops is what
But,
we did for Marcus.
I mean, that works like a champ.
I just got beat until I quit peeing in my pants. but I was born in '84.
Do I want to
so-
piss or do I want to
Now when I get beat, I pee
my.
myself all the time. Now it's like a reverse curve. I never had a problem peeing in my pants.
Me neither.
I've shit myself so many times as an adult.
I've only.
You haven't shit yourself as an adult.
As an adult, one time, I had the most. Why you don't even know what he can hear? He can hear me.
You're
fine.
probably not in focus anymore. You're probably just a blurry fuck.
What do I look like over there?
You definitely got some General
Love
Palpatine from Star Wars vibes going on over in the corner, like shadowy.
I forgot what I was saying anyway. So it doesn't matter.
You're talking about learning how to not pee in your pants.
No, you were talking about this one time.
Yeah,
you shit
one time I was
yourself.
playing basketball and I almost shit my pants. And the drive home was like I was going to kill any fucking body just to get home to. But no, I've never
We're gonna
accidentally.
go that far
shit.
back.
You could ask David.
When I was a
David
kid-
would say that there's been
There was a 1 mile walk between my
I've
house.
never like full on just let it go in my pants. No,
no,
not
I
as
never.
an adult.
Well, I have
No.
done that too.
You,
So
you full on.
That
Just
was a-
said fuck it.
no, that's not the shit story I want to talk
Fuck
about
it.
right now. I want to talk about this
Come on,
when I was
let
a
this
kid.
go.
When I was a kid, there was this. It was a mile walk, right? It was a quarter mile to the end. There was a half mile to the end of my street, and a half mile from that corner to the basketball courts. And I fucked around and I ate a bowl of cereal before I went to the basketball courts, right? And this
Could
is
I
when I
get
was a kid.
specific on that?
I don't remember, but it was something either Fruity Pebbles or
Count Chocula.
no.
I'm thinking of Golden Graham.
I love some Golden Grahams though,
Dude, me too.
dude. Certain cereals bring back memories, dude. You smell the fucking.
Yep.
Anyway, I go to the basketball
Sweet
court. I'm
cinnamon.
playing. I'm playing like shit because I got shit.
Because you got the bubble guts.
And I make it like 3 houses down from my house. I'm about to shit myself. I don't know if this exists anymore.
You pull a Smokey from Friday.
Yes, but in their front yard was a newspaper. You remember the newspaper used to come in a plastic sleeve?
Yeah, they were called the West Side Shopper. If you're from Jacksonville, you know what that means.
So basically, I saw the newspaper in the plastic sleeve, and I grabbed the newspaper, pulled the newspaper out, and completely forgot that I needed the newspaper to wipe. Right? But then I went to the side of this random person's house and just shit into a newspaper bag.
Why did you just shit on their house?
Or the ground.
Or the ground.
Anyways, you were young.
I'm not old enough to have a car yet, dude. I'm at that age where you constantly lose your key and you're locked out of the house, right?
Right.
So I shit on the side of this person's house into a newspaper bag.
My buddy Andy shit in a Funyuns bag one time. So same thing.
That's way cooler. It is. You pull one out, it's like.
So what'd you do with this bag?
I tied it up and left it there.
So you had the common decency to tie it up.
Hey,
I would have never
sorry
done
about
that.
shitting on the side of your house, but at least I shit in a bag and left it where you could pick it up.
Here's a balloon knot for
way
you.
more responsible than most dog owners.
Yeah.
You bagged your own poop for them.
And then,
I've shit my pants
yeah, we all have.
as a human.
I
Man.
did not.
Was it a shit or a shark?
Oh no. This was bad, dude. So for a long time I couldn't eat chocolate. It fucked my stomach up.
There's a new game coming up out of this.
So
Funny how one of the games of the club style games is the first one to get all three guys that shit themselves.
yeah. So anyway, we went out that night. Come back. It was like Halloween weekend or something. I ate a bunch of chocolate that night because I love chocolate.
Yeah, it's
I just shit my
fucking-
pants
goes
when I
fire.
eat it. Was sleeping in my buddy's place on the couch. Got up, bubble guts, dude, and his toilet was like fucked up. So I'm like, it subsided. I start driving home, dude. I get within a mile of the house. And I'm so clenched, and the next light fucking turns yellow, and I'm a quarter mile down the way, dude. Drop a gear and fucking let her go, boys. It's on. Blew this red light. Get down.
You're straight
Literally,
Dom
you
Toretto,
blew
right?
Literally,
A quarter mile for the rest of your life, huh?
Yeah. So I get to the next light. It's just turned fucking. So now it's Tokyo Drift style.
literally.
As soon as I was living in this apartment, and as soon as I it was behind a skating rink, so they had two speed bumps, and I hit the first one, and it dropped. And I hit the second one, dude. I'm 30 mile an hour over this thing, and then and you're at this point where you can't stop, dude. You're like, oh god, please, no, please stop. And I gotta find a spot to park, and I finally get parked, and I get stopped shitting at that moment. And I'm in an S10.
If you're guessing at
How you gonna
this
shit
point,
an S10?
is it,
You just gotta sell that truck.
how many liters?
Oh fuck, man!
A 1 liter?
It was a few.
Ooh, like
It was
full on.
loose.
Did
So
you have like
but
a
listen,
3 liter? Like
I'm in fucking cargo shorts, and I
somewhere to
live
put
on
it.
the second fucking story apartment. And my neighbor down on the bottom level had just moved out, so all the Mexicans were ripping out carpet and shit. And I fucking have plop prints all the way to my fucking apartment. And these Mexican dudes are like, oh, fucking going off, dude. Like, this mother done shit his pants. And you can follow my fucking shit prints up to the apartment.
Like a wounded animal.
Follow
You left a trail.
follow the fucking blood trail.
a game trail.
I walked into my apartment, fucking on my tiptoes, pulled all the cell phone and wallet out of my pocket and just got in the fucking shower. And then I've got to fill up my fucking trash can with water to get rid of all the shit prints down to my truck. And I had to call an auto detailer.
No shame. I'd have left the fucking trail.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
I'd have just
everybody.
moved apartments.
Burn that motherfucker
Packed
to
all my
the
shit
ground.
at 10 p.m. that night.
Yeah.
Broke the lease.
Yeah. So literally had to have a fucking auto detailer come and clean the truck, and I had to hey, look, you may not want to do this, but I shit my pants.
Slip him some cash.
Yeah.
Slip him an extra 20.
It's like $300 to clean my shit stained.
You gotta get that. You gotta get that guy from John Wick that comes to clean.
You pay in metal coins.
Has there some hazmat fucking suits and shit. Oh shit.
That's giving me a headache, dude. That shit was fucking fire, dude.
So that's my shit story. I've got others too, but
the problem is that shitting yourself sucks all the time, but it's gonna be a great story when you're in the right place to finally tell it, right?
oh yeah, for sure.
Best stories. Unfortunately,
I don't have to do that. I'll
didn't we had an ongoing bet on our last big trip last year where I think we were Big Will Cody shit himself twice. I think I shit myself 3 times on that trip.
Yeah, but it was
Like sharts.
It was right out of the gate.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
There's a huge difference between shitting 2 liters of fucking
Yeah, poo.
It was probably 3.5.
liquid fucking poo-poo
Yeah.
and
It's probably
sharding
3.5.
yourself. If you're on a bike for more than 3 or 4 hours,
Dude, a shart's a shark, bro.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I know. Yeah, there's a difference.
There's
Still,
shit in that
when you
fart.
shart,
It's in
you
your
have-
underwear. You
I
shit
think
yourself.
this is an important subject.
I shit
that
my
we're
bed one
touching on
time.
right now. Yeah.
Wait, you shit your bed?
Yeah, one night.
You shit the bed?
No, not. Well, yeah, I've shit the bed.
Actually,
I sharted the bed.
I did that once too.
What the fuck is wrong with the 2 of you motherfuckers?
Yeah.
So, me and my wife first get together. we go to Fayetteville, Arkansas, and I'm dropping off a seat to the famous James Carter. He's making a seat for one of my bikes, and me and my wife decided to get a nice hotel in Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Shit in the bed.
And this is when we were fucking like rabbits. So every night was a naked sleeping night, and I farted in my sleep, and a little Hershey's Kiss came out.
Oh no. Oh no.
White sheet.
Flop.
White sheet, dude.
Did
Bloop.
you?
Did you just sleep in it or?
No. My wife saw it. You shit
What's
the bed.
she doing behind you?
No, I got out of bed. Somehow I got over it. I left the Hershey's Kiss that I made.
Like a
There.
rabbit. You hopped on along and you left a little fucking. You left a trail.
I think that I had a little
comes
poo come out,
Peter
and then I
Cottontail.
rolled over, and it just made an imprint of a kiss.
You left a little Easter egg.
Yeah, it's you could have put a fucking little. What are they?
You could put it on top of a chocolate chip cookie.
No, that little
Dollop a daisy, you'll do.
the Hershey's Kisses. You put the string on it.
Oh yeah.
And then wrap the shit around it. You could have just did that.
Yeah,
And
turn
Wrap it in
hair.
foil.
yeah, a little wrapping in foil, sell that shit, right? But I mean,
Put a little piece of tissue paper out of the top.
we just left it.
No way.
What do? You try to you smear it?
You
Toilet
take the
paper
sheets
that
off
shit
and roll
up.
it up in a ball and
No, well just leave it.
surprise. Here's her.
Wait.
Here's some shit.
They should pull the sheets out. What if they don't pull the sheets
What
out?
if somebody flapped the sheets and shot it on another?
It was on the bed sheet, the fitted one. Ain't nobody flapping that
Somebody
motherfucker.
sending smoke signals.
If anything, they're gonna get it on them trying to put that sheet on or off. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I think
Mine was wetter.
it definitely mine was a nice.
Yeah, when you're comparing liters to stains here,
Yeah.
or Hershey Kiss.
I've only man. The problem is when you get older. I think Joe Rogan said it best. If you're not shitting on yourself, you're not taking enough chances in your life.
Well, then I'm not taking enough chances.
You did just do your first big ride with me last
No,
year.
it's not my first big ride. Fuck off.
It is a thing that as you get older, it's more and more of a thing.
Because your asshole's looser?
I don't.
He
seems
farted earlier, dude, and it sounded like a
fucking door was barely opening real
Yeah.
slow.
like
As opposed to their farts, which sound like an old haunted house fart.
No, my shit sounds like a bomb. Blah, blah, blah. Like my shit has no resistance coming out. So
and I got a lot of meat. All right.
dude, so the camp out and the Big Trouble Bike Show.
So, anyways,
First person to shit themselves at the camp out and show us proof, they get to be a guest on the podcast. I'll fly you in.
oh, sounds
Gross.
Yeah.
what if there was the most? They have to take a bunch of laxative.
Oh, wait a minute,
Who
I
has
have
the
a-
most explosive?
You have another one?
another entry. Trying to be a part of club style games for DFW.
Is it Jose?
It is indeed.
Well, Jose needs to have a team. We can't find his team
Jose,
for
Are
him.
you still listening?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He is.
Jose needs to
More
have a
likely.
team.
Every team, let's just get this straight. Every team of 3, go ahead and throw a team pick in because we're going to post them. So, yeah, I'm not saying we're judging you for your team pick, but we're going to post your team pick. So,
Yeah,
be
Jose-
imaginative.
Jose, for example, anybody that goes to either bike night in Dallas, Thursday or Tuesday, Fort Worth, Dallas, whatever, you, Ruben, and pick a third kind of thing. But yeah, get after it. I mean, that's all y'all.
Yeah. If you guys can fucking put a team together, then 100%.
Yeah. Do you have a team, Jose?
Well, he's not in the live chat with us.
When you bet Millhouse, he can't say meow 10 times on the Fast Life podcast. How many times have you done it?
A bunch.
10
First,
or 12.
first I was just like, all right.
I only,
he's
I
on
only
something.
caught it once, dude.
Well,
I
I
say it
didn't
every now
real-
and then when somebody says like instead of now, I'll say meow. Just I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
But you did it. I was like, okay, he's on it. Maybe he's whatever.
Youngkin said, I bet you can't say meow 10 times on the podcast. So you were talking, and I was like, meow.
I heard those and I was like, maybe it's a reference to something I just didn't catch earlier. It's like following up on something.
No.
Meow. But,
That was already there.
dude, you fucking on my table.
What the
I didn't
fuck?
do
He
that.
just
I
rearranged. Oh, never mind. There's another one over there. You're
Yeah, I
good.
didn't do that.
You're
I didn't
good.
do that.
I'm sitting on the opposite side of the table now. It's kind of
How
different.
do you feel?
You
feel like
first
a
off,
king?
I am so stoked about the studio.
Yeah,
Me
it
too.
really looks great, man. Really,
She's sitting
great
in the
fucking
couch
job.
chairs over there.
I mean,
I want to say they remind me of
like
casting
the-
couch.
That
It's
is
like
not the
room,
casting
but
couch
it's
is
better.
downstairs.
You know, it's like the
Well-
green room, but better.
Yeah, but those are the producer chairs for casting couch.
So those chairs were, the idea was to set it up so we could possibly have a different look in the studio for a different type of podcast.
Like between two ferns type shit.
Yeah, kind of. But I mean, you guys have all been in the studio before, and just
It feels much larger.
Millhouse has been here 9 to 10 times.
actually, some of those podcasts were done at the Thundermax
So
3.
You know the
Yeah.
real choice. You know the real
So,
number. I see.
Honestly, everything other than I built this wall
Which
here,
looks really cool.
and
The colors bouncing off of it look really cool.
yeah, and I'm trying to get it represented through the cameras. Unfortunately, this is still a camcorder, and these other ones are the nicer cameras.
So what's that do? Nothing.
It just doesn't have like the separation of background and foreground.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Gotcha. But that one does.
Well, this is a good reference point, I would assume.
Yeah. I mean, it's just. I mean, at first when we first started doing this podcast, it felt different. I didn't feel like I was in my studio anymore. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So there's still a part of that right now that doesn't feel like it's the studio.
That's cool.
I still have a lot of decorating to do on the walls, but trying to get the lighting right so that there feels like a.
Just shoot me your address, and I've got 8x10 portraits I'll have signing. We can do that. You know?
Say no more, fam. So.
I, too, would like to have an 8x10 portrait.
You got a fucking picture of yourself right there on some blue label
Oh, yeah,
that we
Blue
still
Label.
haven't finished.
Y'all let that blue label whip your ass.
It's not that great, man.
It is.
No, it ain't that red breast. Dude, I fucked up. Me and my wife went date night last Thursday, and we went to try this new spot called Double D's. You heard of that spot in the Design District?
Hell yeah, titties.
Maybe.
It's called Double D's. This is not a titty bar, and it's like a trendy style cocktail lounge. Pretty cool.
They got unisex bathrooms.
Probably. No, they didn't. They had stalls. They had pisser stalls when I went in.
I took a shit in a
I don't
unisex
like the
bathroom
picture. I
in
like
Minneapolis.
the full-on troughs.
Yeah, that's
I'm
called.
not doing that.
Yeah, I get it.
You ain't pissing in a trough?
Nah, I'm not with like 37 other dudes. No,
Okay, we get it.
You got a big dick. Okay.
no, I'm not pissing in a trough with 37 other dudes.
Why not?
I don't know.
Because you want to look at their dicks?
It takes me. No, I'll look at anybody's dick I want. First of all, let's get that straight right fucking now.
I guess I'll go fuck myself. I'm sorry.
I just, I'm a little gun shy. I have to concentrate like 28 seconds. I'm 50 years old, dude. It
Bad
takes a while to
prostate.
get it going. You know what I mean? You'll see.
Slow.
You need a little prostate fucking exam. Get them going. Sometimes. But no, it was, I don't know. When I came back from the trip, I wanted to, a lot of things have been different this year with the podcast, with, doing the video stuff on the road, which has been very great and awesome for our YouTube. But I wanted to create a different vibe in here. It's like after 3 years of it looking the way it did, I wanted a new vibe. I wanted a new feel. You know what I'm saying?
I was actually surprised with it because I didn't expect it, but realizing, it did need a little.
It felt like when we first walked in, it was your sex dungeon.
Thank you.
Like it's got that real sex pit viper feel, I think you'll be, it'll do you well.
I didn't think about having sex in here, but I should.
You've already had sex in here.
One time, it was right there where you're sitting.
Of course.
Yeah, it didn't last long. Trust me.
I believe that. Old 4-punch hump.
Thanks for the credit. It was 2. So. But I haven't, so we did the lights. So I now have this situation, which creating putting these grids on it is supposed to help isolate.
Paper mache?
No, they're called it's called a grid, and basically it keeps the light from spreading too far.
Fabric-y.
Yeah.
A little stronger.
I like it.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
No, it looks cool.
Yeah.
What else should we talk about?
We were rolling good. We were going good. The shit story had us going. You can't fucking drop off on that.
I mean, how do you top a shit story?
That's a good point.
Well, you Hershey kissed the bed,
Okay, not as funny as you.
and I slimed the bed.
Okay.
So Sarah was in it.
Sarah, poor Sarah.
Dude.
I
I was on the phone with my buddy, and I just leaned over to fucking let one rip.
you shit on her.
I fucking no, I didn't shit on her, but I fucking and then sucked back, and I was like, "Oh!" And I'm on the phone, and Sarah goes, "Did you just shit the bed?" And I was like, "I don't know." Ran to the bathroom, come back, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I shit the bed."
Way to get us back in the game, Mil.
Yeah, man, you're welcome.
Oh, damn it.
Tell us about your bike build that you did over this off season.
Oh yeah,
Came out fucking sick, dude.
dude,
Really did.
Yeah, it was cool.
When I was there in September, we stayed at the house, and I was seeing all the parts you had going on.
Yeah.
And seeing it come together was really dope.
So I took all last year to kind of do my due diligence on purchasing parts and talking with, several people that have maybe ran,
Grab me one of those.
maybe that had ran BST wheels.
Yeah.
I went and did John Jessup's anniversary party. His Road Glide had the BSTs on it. And I was asking him. And he goes, "I'll get to you, big boy." Oh, okay. So I rode John's bike, and then last October for Biketoberfest, big boy let me ride his, and it was it, So It was good. But so I spent all year getting my shit, and then Jeremy threw down the paint. Are you okay?
He's trying to fucking hide smoking a cigarette in the studio
I
again.
just don't know why there wasn't a fan put out here for me to begin with.
Because it's loud, dude. It's loud.
Yeah, all the mics pick it up.
I'll be damned.
Unlike your voice right now. It's not picking shit up.
I'm trying to.
And you're not in focus anymore. Don't make your own fucking like podcast set, because I know that there's a thin line between focused and ain't. You know what I mean? I try to say love and hate. Anyway, really cool bike.
Yeah. So Jeremy threw it down on the paint. I knew I wanted the certain colors.
What colors were those?
It's a pearl white, and then some like quad effect gold that he had never sprayed before. And then we did a red pinstripe, color matched with the wheels. I painted my carbon front fender and rear, left the dash to match the wheels. I didn't want too much, exposed carbon. But it turned out awesome, man. It was received really well in Daytona. I won a few things out there. It was cool. It's a super humbling experience. I don't know if I'd put myself through that again. I thought I had enough time, and then, at work, it was at the shop. So trying to go out and be like, all right, I'm caught up on emails and sales calls. Let me go to the shop for an hour and do something. And as soon as you start to touch the bike and get into a rhythm, the phone would call, or phone would ring. And so I'd literally given myself 3 weekends to put it together, not knowing, or just kind of an oversight, that the third weekend was Sarah's birthday weekend, so that was out. So I had 2 weekends to put it together.
Yeah.
So, but luckily Jeremy met me halfway to drop off paint, like right into the Virginia line, right outside of the Tennessee.
Bristol.
Yeah. We met at a Black Wolf Harley Davidson, I think, is right there. But anyway, so we did a quick turn and burn, and came back, and like I said, Mikey from Ace Graphics and Josh and our other buddy Brandon, they helped me out a bunch, and then Jake did, and then like I said, right before we left, it was like catastrophic shit happened. I had my primary grenade on itself due to some misfortune on a clutch, and getting all that back together. Jake from Boswell's in Nashville was a huge benefactor, and he's another club style Tennessee guy.
Nice.
Absolutely saved my ass multiple times, and honestly, without him, that bike would have never made it to Daytona. First off, I would have had to fucking push it everywhere, and then when I got to Jacksonville, the day of the pre-party, Sarah was like, I want some White Claws. All they have is beer. I was like, well, I want to get some Gatorades and shit. So I rode the bike across the street to the gas station and came back, and it just cracked a Gatorade, and look on my trans cover, and it had oil on it. I was like, what the fuck? Literally, I put the bike together and loaded it in the truck and drove to Florida. Like, I had a quarter mile of shakedown on this thing.
Yeah.
And so I got to look in and had one of the techs come out and just verify what I was seeing, and he was like, yeah, it's a head gasket. So we got done with the show, load up, drive into Daytona to give Trask and Rusty at D&D their product. And I pulled Moots aside, which is their head tech,
For Trask.
For Trask, yeah. And I was like, hey, man, could you guys help me out? He goes, bring it here first thing tomorrow. Actually, Nick had said that. Nick was like, bring it here first thing tomorrow, so Friday morning, and we'll tear it down and we'll get you going. So I did some running around getting parts, and sure thing, first thing, they started working on it. By that night at 8 o'clock, it was done. So I was able to hit the V-Twin Visionary show, which I don't know, it was the
Saturday or Sunday?
That was Saturday. I picked it up Saturday and got there. and won like the Harley Daily Road Ripper Award or something that they had, which was cool. And then Hardcore Show, there was a bunch of hitters, man. I think one of the bikes that you painted for Covington ended up winning.
Apparently the bikes I painted are now Big Will Bagger paint jobs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, apparently that's the new thing going around. So.
The baggers that won at the Hangover show were Millhouse, Fits of Rage.
Yeah, that dude's bike is pretty cool.
Yeah, he worked hard on it, and it was.
I started following him after the Hangover show because I saw the posts about him. And I didn't know who he was.
Yeah, so he was sending me progress, and always.
Is he going to ride to the camp out?
I would think he would ride to the camp out.
Okay.
Maybe he could chime in on this. Yeah. That was the baggers, right? That was a.
I didn't.
We had a
I
street
didn't
glide,
place in
too.
hardcore.
I was saying the Hangover show.
Oh, Hangover. Yeah.
That was it for backers,
Yeah, that was it.
No.
That
That
Just
chick,
one.
the
Jess won for
131
131. What's
131 Harley girl.
131 Harley girl won. She's also a local Florida girl.
I don't know who she is.
Yeah, she's
I'm not saying that bad way. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
I didn't know
she's
who
got
she
a
was.
badass fucking road glide, dude.
for real.
She slings that.
Well, the guy that painted it's only been painting for not 6-8 months. Bobby Boots, which is also
Throttle repairs.
Whiskey Throttle Repairs, also a huge supporter of Big Trouble Bike Show, and I'm also a supporter of him. He's just another Florida dude, right? And a crazy motherfucker on his bike. If you're not following Bobby Boots, go check him out.
Yo, you know who's another crazy motherfucker on their bike? That boy Mitch. You remember Mitch?
Yeah,
from-
954 bench.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, I feel like
Why don't I know?
Mitch Maloney, he was on the 03 with no kickstand at Down South Campout.
Steve's buddy.
Yes, man, dude, he fucking.
He rips.
I'm gonna be honest. He was the one to watch at the Down South. For me, he was fun to fucking watch. He was ripping it.
Yeah, because Steve only knows how to do a burnout.
Right. And Steve's, well, even though he's
He's
lost
old.
weight, he's the old man.
He's
yeah.
an old man. He can't really get it up
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah. No. Not without help. But yeah, it was fun watching him sling it the fuck around because
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
doing it to it.
And I feel
Yeah.
like Mitch was in every, dirty reel.
Yeah, for sure.
Like that real
Yeah.
rugged shit that was after hour reels that they
Yeah.
were putting out. Like, I think one of them, he's literally sitting on a fucking cop car and they're dumping beer on him, and he's just like, I don't give a fuck, whatever, That dude's wild, but super cool. I ran into him when we were at the V-Twin show. Him and his chick were leaving, I think.
Yeah.
They were over across doing the stunt shit over in the Hooters lot before they got kicked out. So,
What else we got to talk about?
You thinking over there? Is that what that looks like?
No, I was just.
What about the? Are you guys coming in early for the week? Because it's turned into like a week event, the camp out. Where
It's camp out week, baby.
Camp out
we'll
week,
be
yeah.
here. We'll be here for Camp Out Week.
I will
That's
not
on
be.
y'all brought up the party at Strokers. Is there anything else to talk about that?
Strokers, yes.
Wednesday. Yeah, we'll be in town for the
the pre-party.
pre-party, and we'll also be in
Brought
town
to you by Simpson.
tomorrow night at
T-Bar Tuesday tomorrow
T-Bar
night.
Tuesdays. Big Trouble in the House.
Yeah. Tony and Gino are coming.
They keep overshadowing the fact that you're here with Tony and Gino are going to be.
Well, Gino's the only reason I'm here.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah, Gino's the only reason I'm here. There you
Cute
go.
little boy.
It's my buddy.
He's a cute little boy.
He's fun
I
to
had
get.
fun with him on the podcast.
He's a
Best,
blast,
dude.
man. He's fun as shit.
Now, it was
best.
Tony's been on the first podcast we ever did with Tony. He got tired and went to bed, and then
At his house?
at his house, and then the second
2018.
time he was on there for the Polar Ride, which I think we had fun. But that last podcast, were you in there with us? That was fucking wild, dude. And I love fucking what's his name?
One of my favorites.
Juan with the van.
Yeah, I've never.
He just got an ST. Yeah.
He finally got a bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good start. What did you say like that? Anyway, I never. I
You said it.
I met him. I met him, but I didn't. We met, but we didn't like get to hang out. So.
Juan is one of those guys for the
He's
down south
fucking
camp out.
wild, dude.
It brought energy and a
For
good
sure,
time.
with the van and all that, it was fucking great.
Yeah, it's like he came in. Dudes are worried about their bike not being cool. This dude drove a van down there and was the life of the party for the most part.
For sure.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Oh, he was the life of the party at the fucking the first night at
The very first time I ever met Juan was at the very first anniversary party at Tony's. And then, like, I had missed the second year. And then, dude's crazy all the time, but he's cool to be around, you know.
He's definitely, I don't know what it is
You
about
got to
him.
match his energy,
When
otherwise
he's
too
around,
much.
I just get affectionate, dude. Like, I want to kiss that motherfucker.
I like to see that.
All right.
Like, bro, come here, give me a kiss. Bro.
Yeah.
How long could you hold his finger in your mouth?
Probably longer than I
than-
should.
yeah.
At this point, it's probably going to be gay.
Guess what?
If I'm going to
It's
do some gay shit,
immediately
it's going to
gay.
be a one. This is
You heard it here, folks.
Yeah,
First.
he got an ST, I got an ST. We can dock and shit.
Right,
You know, figure
yeah.
it out.
And make it a D.
A D.
Yeah. STD.
He's pretty tall guy too, right? He's
I don't know.
Yeah.
He would definitely be
Yeah.
the taker.
he's
though,
taller.
the
Well, he's
catcher.
taller than Jace, but what are
Yeah,
you?
he's-
5'8"?
No, he's a sizable dude.
5'9".
Sorry,
dude.
guy.
5'9".
Whoa, bro. Sorry.
Respect,
5'9".
respect that inch.
Yeah,
Yeah. Hopefully, still. I mean, I am getting older. I don't know if you're.
it happens.
Yeah.
At one time, I was 6'7". I'm 6'5". True story.
Okay. Well, when the 70s were over and you stopped wearing platforms.
I didn't have to wear platforms.
Okay.
Yeah.
Plus, he wasn't much of a 70s kid anyway.
No, I was born in '72, so I was an '80s kid.
80s,
Yeah.
early 80s.
Damn, you're
Yeah.
born in 70. You're only 10 years older than me? God damn, dude.
Only 10 years old. Well, look. I mean, just wait and see. Like I said, one day you'll be 50,
Yeah.
and you're gonna. I'll be dead, but
Here
you're gonna
is
give
what
me a
I'm-
whole apology. You're gonna have a whole podcast about an
Dude,
apology.
how, like, this might be morbid.
I like it already.
What kind of party do you want us to throw at your funeral?
Well, all I know is this.
Should we ride or should we just
Look,
fly in?
it's
Is it a
not like I
Daytona?
haven't-
Or is it a Sturgis
I would
thing?
like y'all to trailer somewhere. As long as you cry on air,
On air.
I'm good with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it weird to think about like what would be cool about your funeral? Like, do you want a biker boys motorcycle parade where everybody does
I
the
mean,
revving thing?
doesn't everybody here want
Dude,
that?
they still do that?
They
Oh,
would-
yeah.
I would definitely want that. Yeah,
It's big on the set.
yeah,
on the set.
yeah.
It's
I
what
would
they
definitely
call
want
it.
that. Yeah.
I want that one dude to be at my funeral that I don't know that well, but it really fucked him up that I died, and he kind of makes a scene.
He gets. Hold on. I've already played this out in my fucking head. Here it is. Here it is. He comes out of the back door of the funeral home,
Okay.
away from the crowd, and you see him a long camera distance shot. He gets on his bike, and he swings a leg over, and he contemplates your life in a matter of about a 8-second sequence, and you see all of your happy times together, right? And then
Love this.
he puts his helmet on, and it's blacked out. And you're seeing all these other people come out of the funeral home, and you see that in his reflection of a Simpson helmet.
Okay, for sure, Simpson.
And then he fires the bike up, and like a fucking asshole, he sits there. Even though it's fuel injected, he just sits and revs the motor. Wah-wah! This is for Jace. Yeah, hitting the rev limiter.
Then he finally puts it in gear and loses control.
That's in the fucking extra scenes that you've got to pay for.
Oh yeah, that's
But
behind the scenes.
he just lays this super big nasty burnout all the way past your casket in the Cadillac, and he just fades to black.
What do you
and
want?
You never
What
fucking
if-
see him again.
It may be morbid, but what do you see? If it comes, if it falls short of a long life,
Who do you want crying over your casket?
For First off, you like because I've managed to make so many acquaintances and friends across the country. I think the first thing is like, well, who would make it a point to actually go out of their way to fly to wherever it is that my shit is at, right?
Right.
So that's one thing, right?
Who's just not going to give you a
A
story?
repost.
Rip Jace.
and the hand together emoji.
It's a story with them more in it than me.
Yeah.
We
I always-
just talked 6 months ago.
I always think about
About
the
a
Kenny
helmet.
Powers part where he walks up with the radio and goes, "Wait, don't bury him," and he plays that fucking Matchbox. Wait, don't bury him. And just start like he didn't prepare the speech that after the Matchbox 20
Yeah.
song would play. It was like, you know, he was hoping he would get stopped or bum rush or whatever. But I really don't know, man. Like it's a weird thing to think about.
Would it be over the line to ask for a spouse to have you burned up and then put in bullet form and then passed out to all your buddies to keep in their pocket?
That seems weird.
No, well, that's one of my dad's requests.
Is it
to be put in a shotgun
is it
shell. and
egotistical to want to
Who
be
does he-
buried versus to be cremated?
I want to be cremated.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Why did being buried just fall to the wayside?
No, hold on.
'Cause it's so
I want a whole
fucking
headstone
expensive.
and everything, but I just want a pinch. Right? I want it all. I want a headstone,
Dude, I want one of those
With a pinch
Louisiana
of-
fucking buildings,
pinch of
dude.
ashes, but then I
what are they
would like
Monolith?
certain people to have
Mausoleum.
pinches of those
Mausoleum.
ashes, right?
Man.
So
I
attached.
want you to walk into my funeral like mausoleum, and there's a video with all my podcasts playing over here. Just my follower accounts of all accounts over here,
So basically, you're
and then a
Tupac.
bunch of fucking like magazine articles that you can kind of remember like my contribution to the thing, right?
All big wheel stuff.
Hey,
Right. Paid the bills.
Hey, we tried. It didn't happen. It turned into
Florida's still doing it, so don't worry.
Yeah, Florida took performance bikes and tried to turn it back into big wheel bikes.
That's not true. We have fuck off from Florida. I would like to say fuck off.
Okay.
First of all,
Why
And
weren't you on the
second-
cover of Torque magazine then?
Well, that's a good fucking question, actually. But I think that Daytona, since Jaden's last visit, I can say it's slightly also based on Jaden. It's just not the same without Jaden in Daytona. But from that point forward, I feel like it was, not to be political, but it started a whole new making Daytona great again.
Okay.
Thing with the Hardcore Cycle show, where it started from the first year that I went, where there's like 5
There was 8.
performance baggers, to the next year there being so many that you didn't know everybody that entered into that thing.
Yeah.
So from that moment forward, I think Daytona's relevancy is ahead, in my opinion. I'm from Florida, but in my opinion, it's ahead of Sturgis.
It is.
Where you got a lot of the Hell Yeah Brothers. You know what I mean? Or
You wanna know
I would like
why?
to debut this tonight, the Heck Yeah Fellas.
Heck yeah. fellas.
You know,
Yeah,
a
fella.
kinder, gentler version of the Hell Yeah Brothers.
So I was actually talking about this. I think that so many people get so gun shy, so ready.
What was that?
Ready?
Jesus.
Oh my God, I got to get out of the snow. And then they burn their fucking vacations on
Yeah.
Daytona. And then
For
they
the whole time, which is
and they
completely
have no
unnecessary.
They have no other chance to go do anything else in the year, and so their only understanding of what motorcycles are this, going to Daytona and just drinking and partying. Which, trust me, I get it. It's fun. If that's the only place you do that, cool. But guess what? We do this shit all year long,
Right.
all over the fucking place.
Right.
And it just happens to be a part of something that I also get to ride and do riding at, right? So why would I make a trip solely to get fucked up and drink? When
I mean, that's not what it's ever been about for me. Like, again,
Yeah, it's been down the street for
the
you.
thing is, yeah, it's 80 miles, 85 miles away.
If you were in Georgia on the other side of the border, you wouldn't go.
It's not true. I went to Pensacola earlier this year, and that was pretty far for an old man.
It was pretty far. It's 400 miles.
It's 500 miles.
All right.
It was also 39 fucking degrees, so.
It was five weekend.
Totally.
Well, what? Say
No, I know. I think it's pretty awesome you're doing that.
What, a man of his age?
No, it's not that. It's a man of his caliber.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he's just taking time out of
His busy schedule.
all the stuff that he does,
Dude.
and all these things he runs.
Multiple companies.
Multiple, right? You know, and
I never.
I think about the
and y'all
sacrifice.
just create whatever the fuck you want.
It's just a sacrifice that he's making. It's the ultimate sacrifice because he could die at any minute.
He's like Christ.
I feel like that's a fair assumption of what's going on here.
Anyway, so were you into He-Man when you were a kid?
I did like He-Man, yes.
Because you were 10 years old when I was
Yeah.
born,
Yeah.
and I
did have
expect
He-Mans.
you to have the power.
I had Stratos,
Okay.
He-Man, and Skeletor. That's
Did you fuck with She-Ra?
I mean, I would fuck She-Ra.
Wouldn't we all?
Yeah, right.
Did you jerk off to She-Ra? Be real.
I wasn't old enough for that yet.
Yeah, because me
But I
neither.
might think. I'm thinking about it.
I
tonight.
almost jerked off to April from Ninja Turtles.
The
reporter?
April O'Neil, yes.
April O'Neil, yeah.
He's like, done it.
No, there is a porn star named April O'Neil who does a lot. Like, surprisingly, I swear to God,
I'm shocked you know that.
She kind of looks like her. She does a lot of cosplay where she
wears a
I'm the
jumpsuit.
report. Yeah, exactly. Yellow.
She's using them nunchucks.
Yeah, I like it.
Nunchucks.
I meant upper.
Yeah.
Downer. Whatever.
But no, what were we talking about? Dying?
Yeah.
You were talking about your perfect funeral.
Yeah, your dream funeral.
Your dream funeral. Would you be like rotten attached to your ST? This is way too fucking
Dude,
small
have you
for
seen
you.
that?
Yeah. That's wild.
Where they fucking
Yes.
set him up?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
I've seen it.
they're. Did you see the one where he was drinking?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Lean,
I
yeah,
would.
dude.
It's
I would
always
dig
like
that
the-
if I could have like if you just burn me
It's always
at
like
the end of it. You would just put me on like the Game of
Haitian,
Thrones.
Puerto
You just
Rican.
burn me at the stake.
If you could watch me burn, that'd be sick as hell.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm down
But
with
burning me into a fucking take me to the campground, do the last fast life camp out.
Do it like an Indian, or Game of Thrones. Like, do it on a pyre, or
Yeah.
a Viking, or whatever. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say, why not like the trip to Valhalla? Like they do.
I'm gonna
like,
put if I had a little
Yeah,
of your
well, hey,
ashes.
And then they
Put
play
you in a
that
boat.
one
Put
song
'em in
from
the poop
TikTok that
incinerator.
everybody's a Viking. You know what I'm talking about?
We'll
No,
put you in a
I don't-
boat.
I'm not on TikTok. So
I
I'm not a
know
communist.
you're not, but
Yeah, I'm a grown man. I don't know how that worked.
How does that TikTok work? Do you just also pay the Chinese government? Is that how that works?
I can tell you what. You can ask the Chris Rides and the Logan Rides of the world. Some fucking guys got the TikTok shit figured out. Shout out.
Do they have to be rides?
Yes, that is part of being on TikTok. Is you have to be a something rides.
Okay.
I got
And
this.
As far as I can know, it's just Logan Rides.
If you
and
play
Chris
that,
Rides.
it's probably going to demonetize this podcast.
I won't
It's the only
do
ones
that.
I'm going to
So,
support.
sing it.
Are you singing?
Nothing.
Nothing.
But yeah, if you want to go in unconventional ways, we can come up with a creative way to dispose of your body.
I got
Anybody
it.
doesn't want to just be buried.
Plaster me up like
Han
the
Solo?
way the way they did that one sport bike guy where he was on his bike in like his pretty much his casket, but it was on his bike, right?
Yeah.
I want to be like fake Jax Teller, and then I want Craig to just take me out.
No. I said we put him.
No, we won't do that.
Depending on when he dies, we put him in a freezer until the next Fast Life camp out.
Should we
And then
start
then
doing
we put him
him-
through a meat chipper and just we get everybody to the stage and then just cover the crowd.
Should we
with
do
pieces
it?
of Jace.
Fucked up. Jace juice all over everybody. Fucking 1,800 people.
I don't know. I think that I guess to make this a little bit more serious, I think it would be cool to. I think we've been lucky as a group of friends, especially, you know, us, me and the homies here in Dallas for the last 5 years and everybody else, that we've been able to talk about all these trips and all these people and all these events every year, and we haven't had anything like that happen. We haven't had to consider some kind of funeral with anybody, right?
There hasn't been one single person.
There's been one person, but
That was recent, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
it was
Like a couple weeks
unfortunately.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually a year ago, but found out about a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, I think that, like, because I've been in the motorcycle like world for 20 years,
Yeah.
or in January to be 20 years. So
We get it. You're old.
I've you know, I've had my fair share of dudes that's passed away in my life.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that anybody that's been in here a long time has seen that. Some of it from motorcycles, some of it not from motorcycles, which is a crazy thing as well. Right. But I mean, it's been pretty awesome, and knock on wood and all that other shit, that we've been able to enjoy this and continue to think about everybody that we're hanging out with every year, and just, you know, being able to experience that with everybody. So,
Sure. Yeah.
I think that if anybody dies, no matter how, you know, how known or unknown they are, I think that in our little world, this thing that we've all created, like on this side of the Rockies and some of the people on the other side, that we've just got this tight knit of guys that do these camp outs and these events and all these things, and we see each other so many times. It's like we're all a big family now. You know what I'm saying? And we all have there's a lot of players in this family, but we all represent the same world. You know
I'll
what
tell
I mean?
you, like, when, you know, we're working the rally at Black Hills and a few of the homies roll up, dude, it's like, it's so refreshing, because you're like, fuck, finally somebody that I can hug their neck and be cool with and not have to, like,
be a
fucking
professional
salesperson for, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it feels like home has come to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, it's really cool to have built relationships. Like, I'll tell you, the biggest and best relationship that I built last year with anyone was Mike and Jess Weimer at Camp Out. Dude, they are fantastic. They send me shit. Look, Mike is a funny motherfucker, man, and will do anything for anybody. And he sent me a hummingbird watch feeder. I just randomly, all the time, I'll come off the road and there'll be something on my front porch, and it was a hummingbird feeder for my wrist. So it's about to be hummingbird season, boys.
I just saw
What time is it?
Yeah,
Hummingbird
time, baby. So I've been figuring out how to fucking introduce these birds to this wristwatch. It looks like I may get one of those fisting dildos to put on so the birds get used to like a hand, but we'll figure this out. And he sent me a top hat the other day.
yeah.
Well, you're gonna wear that top hat.
I'm emceeing in the top hat, probably one of the nights.
It's not gonna be a plastic one though. It's gonna be for real.
Well, this one's like felt top hat.
It will be felt.
It felt real
Yeah.
to me.
Be felt,
It felt
many
real.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but our friendship grew from last year's Fast Life Camp Out, which was awesome, man. We rode there with them, and then when we got to Nashville or close, I guess it was Jackson, where we split off and took back roads home. But they stopped at White House, you know, and stayed at the hotels close to the shop. I was like, look, there's a Waffle House and several places to get, you know, food right off the interstate. But our friendship has grown exponentially because of Camp Out last year, you know, and that was, you know, you hear you guys all the time talk about it. But that shit is, you know, if you lean into the Camp Out, you're going to come out with good friendships, you know, and I'm looking forward to it. Dude, I think Sarah is probably the most jazzed about it. She's like, she texted me today. She was like, it's exactly 30 days before we leave. She's like, I'm so fucking excited, you know? So it's, and I love that
Dude,
she's on
other
board.
people's excitement is infectious, man.
Yeah.
It makes you like, because I guess maybe from the hosting standpoint, like you get so wrapped up into like trying to plan this great party for people that you don't honestly get to enjoy it. Like your enjoyment comes from seeing everybody else's enjoyment.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
And so like you're sitting here and you're just kind of like stressed the fuck out because when you come home off of the camp out and you see everybody's reels,
Dude, it's so fucking awesome.
that's where you finally are validated, if you will. Like, fuck yeah, everybody had a good time. You throw an event, a bike show, everybody's like doing the things. Like, that's kind of like the way they show you, like, hey, this was fun. Thank you. I had fun here. I experienced things, right? I don't know. It's a scary thing every year. I mean, it's no different than like if I'm having a house party and I invited 20 people and nobody shows up for the first 30 minutes, they don't be the first motherfucker there.
Right.
Where you're just like, you're worried, well, are they going to show up? And then after the first 2 people show up,
You're like-
you start talking and
Yeah.
you don't even see the next 20 people that show up
Or the
because
next-
you're finally like engaged with whoever's there. You know what I'm saying? And,
Sorry, Alki. Jeez.
ultimately it's one of those things. Like I don't know, man. Like I just want people to fucking enjoy motorcycling the same way that I've found to love it, and so many other people, right?
Right.
I mean, think about it. Like if that first camp out that we all did as homies here in Dallas when it took place, I don't know if we would be sitting here doing a podcast with you guys right now. Straight up. Like I'm not saying,
yeah.
I don't know. I'm not trying to attribute like it's all because. I'm just saying like in some part because of some of these things that took place and how this idea left Dallas Fort Worth and kind of started spreading into other people's and spreading into other areas. It just opened up a lot of things. I remember the first time I met you finally, like after having lots of conversation with you at the Down South.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
It was full attack against each other right from the
soon because like I don't know, like I guess I
we
find
came out of
people-
the gate talking shit
yeah,
to each other
for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like it's about when you feel like you're around people that you can be yourself,
Right.
then you find this ultimate connectivity with other people.
The
right?
cool thing that I find about it is like yours, Craig's, in anything, like it's work, right? But it's not work because, dude, I would be doing this anyway.
So
Right.
I like to say this to everybody. If you enjoy this, then make it your responsibility for other people to enjoy it.
Right. Completely.
Right? So the camp out has grown not because of my individual work or my friends' individual work. It's because everybody that's come and brought more to the table, they've made it their priority to make this a great experience for other people, right? And that's how things organically grow because everybody has value in things.
Right.
That's also like take the camp out of it. This is how your bike night grows. This is how friendships grow. Like you all got to take ownership of things that you have yourself involved in, and make sure that you're leaving it better than you found it for the next person.
Right.
Right. My podcast, doing this podcast for 5+ years now, I've gained so much like conversations through people that made me realize who I wanted to be. Right. By listening to people talk about like, one of the key dudes, Zombie Mike, his podcast talking about a rising tide floats all ships, not wanting things to die on his watch have been the most fucking like profound things for me to absorb as another man from another man, to not to want to leave a mark on this industry, not for my own ego,
Right.
but for the betterment of everybody else's experience here.
Sure.
And it's gonna sound like it's ego driven, but realistically, I get to enjoy it too with you.
Sure.
So it's more selfish than anything,
Right.
right?
Right.
But it's still with good intentions. I want people to fucking come here. I want to meet guys like Mark, like fucking Brucey up in Washington, going to the West Coast when I do this trip, I get to meet a lot of fucking people who are interested in this world that we have, but it is a goddamn journey for those guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is.
But I think they're inspired too, man. Even people in LA, they have the world at their fingertips, but they don't have this connectivity that we have out here. You know what I mean?
Right.
It sounds like they do, but they don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think they wish they did. You know what I mean?
I think it's harder. There's just too much influence out there.
There is. There's a lot. Yeah.
I mean, half the dudes want to be in clubs. The other half are, like, it's a harder. I mean, it's a more financially stressed life out there on the West Coast. So, I don't know how much free time they have. I don't know how many campouts they can make. I don't know how many bike shows. I mean, they're probably picking and choosing whatever.
Yeah,
and
they got their own whole shit out there, so they don't really have to.
Yeah.
go
So
far.
why would they fucking, like
to bridge the gap, to be a steward of the community?
Yeah.
is the reason for why. You know what I mean? There's a lot of guys that answer to that. There's some guys that fall short of that. I mean, certainly you go that far west. Yeah,
I know because there's fucking rad
like
scenes.
I mean, how great would it be for Resto Glide, for Ray to show up to the fucking fast? That would be great.
Be good for him.
It would be good for everybody. I would love to meet that guy. You know what I mean? Like I said, I feel like I'm the first one that went on record and said, "Hey, I mean, when things weren't so great, right?
Yeah.
That I like some of the stuff he said. I'd love for him to come to that. You know what? I think he would really fucking dig it.
Oh, he would, 100%.
Would really dig it.
Like I have no problem putting the camp out up against any event in California or the West Coast.
Yeah.
I have no problem with that.
No, I don't
because I've
either.
been
I'm
to a
from
lot of
Florida,
them on
so
the West
I'm the
Coast.
same way.
And I'm not going to say that they're not great events. I'm just saying
Yeah,
like
they got their own jams.
there's a lot of and this is one thing that, like I said, I spoke on it earlier. I don't ever want our camp out to feel like there's a us and them.
Same.
And I get that a lot when I go to certain events. Even events in Texas, I get that. Us and them.
I don't care, dude. If you pull up on a Yamaha and you like that motherfucker, I love it. I don't care. There's no us and them. You know what I mean? If you rode it there and you like it, man, I love it.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of the Not Your Average Bike Show.
Yeah. Right.
The whole vibe.
Yeah.
Well, at Down South, we had that kid on the Honda Chopper that
It was
was
a Honda Davidson.
Yeah,
Honda Davidson.
it
Honda
was like
Davidson.
a CB750
It was cool,
chopper.
yeah.
It was super fucking
Fucking
dope.
great.
He won by proxy too.
What about
Right.
the guy
Did he,
with
though?
the
It was only a chopper.
Hayabusa At the hardcore show.
The Harlabusa.
That's fucking.
Here's-
Hey,
here
you
was
know
the
who had
thing.
That
the?
thing was badass.
Listen, here's the thing about that. Like, people hate
Y'all
it
don't
on
know
hate-
him.
People, I do know him. I actually do know him.
He's one of my biggest customers.
So, my
Is
thing
he
on the
really?
Harlabusa thing
Fucking
was
Scott.
this. Yeah.
Fucking Scott from goddamn Winton's house.
We went to the Garlic. Maybe
He
you'll
did
get to
the
go
whole
one
fucking
day.
Busa with the fucking the RT.
The Harlabusa.
Oh, the
it's
gray
the
one?
Harlabusa.
That was
Yeah. Yeah, the Harlabusa.
He was
Like I said, if that would have brought
Ninja,
been
please,
brought to my
Scott.
show, he would have won every fucking thing.
Yeah.
Because why? Because look at
When you come to
that's why.
Sturgis, when we do the whole house at Winton and guys like Scott and Winton, all those guys, Scott is the motherfucker who will stay up all night with you and drink with you until fucking.
The coolest, like from the minute you walk in the door. Hey, what's
Interested.
up? What are you about? How was your ride in? How's
Right.
your Sturgis been?
Right.
The cool. And then you turn around and he's doing a dread shot with Tony.
He
and
did the
is-
dread shot.
Dude,
He did
he's
do it.
literally
He's a little bit gay.
one of the fucking coolest dudes you can meet.
Yeah,
So-
I
He was
actually
great.
met him, and had
He
dinner
was
with
good,
him in
yeah.
Daytona, and super nice guy. Yeah.
So he comes from a drag racing background within the
Fucking
Hayabusas and
bike
shit.
was cool as shit, right? Though, I mean, say it isn't.
The problem is he's having an ST built right now. It's supposed to be one of the baddest that's ever fucking happened. So it's probably gonna be for sure. It'll be done for Sturgis, right? So that bike was kind of like a fucking like, let's have fun at Daytona. He's a fun dude. His whole demeanor is about having fun. He doesn't give a shit about being the coolest guy.
And that makes a lot of, after seeing that, it makes a lot of sense. I just saw the one little clip, and I'm not like
Of it leaving Monty's.
I'm not like technical bike guy, so I
He was
whatever.
at
But
Monty's tent, and I was like,
if
bro,
it-
what are you doing?
The
here?
paint
Why
left.
are you down
I'm going to be honest.
The thing
paint
is
left
that
a little
they
bit
bought fucking
to
a whole
be desired, but
goddamn
it was
handle.
a fucking killer concept. I
So
mean,
at Sturgis last year, they bought a whole handle of Jameson, and then Monty showed up to the fucking house
And drank
and
it all.
killed the whole fucking bottle
Yeah.
of Jameson. So
love you, Monty.
these guys, these win. The guy that won fucking the bagger class at the Hardcore Cycle Show. These guys that don't know these people because they don't come to Sturgis don't know that these dudes put out for us. And when I say us, I mean all of us that show up to their parties they host in Sturgis. Because you don't go to Sturgis, don't fucking be online talking shit thinking these dudes are just rich trying to buy their way in. They fucking support more people in this motorcycle scene than y'all's motherfucking ass could ever try to.
they don't want to be in. If they were in,
They don't try.
No.
They don't try.
They
don't-
provide. They build
Yeah.
bikes because they want cool shit. This is what's cool to them right now. They're spending money. They're buying Thunder Maxes. They're buying paint jobs. They're buying Santoro Fab Works. They're buying fucking Hoffmans. They're buying parts from everybody and supporting the scene to grow it. And then when you come hang out with them, they're feeding you and giving you beer. They're not doing that for themselves.
Right.
If I was rich, I'm not even saying they're rich. If I was in a position to provide more financial to other people like that, I would do it because it makes me feel fucking good.
It's fun.
well, not
Makes-
only that, but the same people that are bitching,
for
talking shit about them, some of the
Don't show up.
Some of the currency you care about the most, followers and likes, they're not even taken away from that.
Yeah, they
they're
don't
all
give a shit about
They're all
followers.
faceless. They're all behind the scenes.
Right.
And like I said, that they're not taken away from any of your fucking jerk off validation. And in the meantime, knowing Scott, that's hilarious. That makes even more sense that he did it for a bit. Like, let's fucking.
But I mean, it was the
But it was
best
great.
fucking
Stir the
bit.
fucking
It was
pot
the
for
best
Daytona.
fucking bit in
And then,
Daytona.
and then he'll
Everybody
then
can say anything they want. There was a lot of haters about it, but like,
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's
but
the
will
kind of
everybody have a Harley-Busa in fucking
How
3
many
years?
of those-
We don't know.
How
But
many of
you
those
don't know.
haters could have pulled that off? How many of those haters could have made that?
Who- yeah.
Nobody.
But
You
that
gotta
probably
be the-
still cost them 10 grand to make that
Oh,
happen.
yeah.
Fuck
But-
yeah, fuck yeah. Like I said,
But
would you
everybody-
like to
Dude.
ride? Everybody here would like to
People-
ride it.
People right now are getting mad because motherfuckers with money are coming into the scene. And that doesn't ruin shit. What ruins it,
only makes you elevate your game.
what ruins it is when you start talking shit about people that have money.
Correct.
As long as, like, look, you know what I got after Daytona is a lot of people talking shit about bikes that weren't ridden when every motherfucker fucking trailered to Daytona.
Well, I mean, I think that a lot of guys did trailer. Look, that goes back.
Don't talk about somebody that fucking spent $100 grand on building their bike and then trailered it,
Well,
and then
don't
you
say-
also
like I
trailered
said,
it.
Don't say you can't say like a Jetty or a Justin, right? Those guys trailered in.
Yeah.
But they
Say
ride
something though.
The
Try
problem
to keep
is,
up with them
look,
two
They ride
motherfuckers.
those bikes.
You try to keep up with those two motherfuckers before you talk all that shit. Try to keep up with those two guys.
I'm going to try to
on a
figure out how to
regular
make
basis.
justify
Can't do it.
everything right quick. But the thing is that everybody's got to start being accountable for themselves, right? If you rode your bike in, if you paid for all your shit, if you did whatever, and you didn't get the attention that you expected out of your thing, then your intentions were wrong from the fucking beginning,
Right.
right? You should have been building this bike for yourself.
Correct.
Right? You should have been building this bike because you wanted to get attention and get likes and get followers. That is called narcissism, right? Now, don't get me wrong. I have a little bit of that in me when it comes to building my bike. I'm building this bike for so-and-so. But I have to be real with myself if I don't get what I want at the other end. It's not somebody else's fault. It's my own fault for expecting that to happen for me, right? So if you are going to have a little bit of a narcissistic tendency in that aspect, then just give yourself a little bit of a self-reflection to realize that you can't always get what you want when you want it, how you want it.
Right.
Right?
Try sometimes.
You just might find.
You just might find.
you get what you need.
All right?
Oh yeah.
The other side of it is that all these brands that you want to support, that you wear the T-shirts for, it helps. It's amazing. It means something.
Sure.
But don't be mad at the dude that bought all the shit that guy sells. and you might just have the T-shirt.
Right.
It doesn't mean that he's not his real follower or not a real fan of that brand, because you can only afford the T-shirt and he can afford
counts as much as the fucking next guy.
It's
Every
the same.
person counts. That was my point earlier. Is everybody counts?
Yeah. The thing is like you want people with money to be in the scene because it rises the tide for everybody that gets to have stuff. It might make it harder for you if you're trying to leverage your popularity on how cool your bike is. But if you're doing that, then you don't understand this fucking entire scene that we have.
Right.
Because the coolest motherfuckers don't necessarily have the coolest bikes. So you don't have to have the baddest bike in the world to be a fucking dude, to be a homie, to be on this podcast, to be doing all this shit.
Like I said, I think you've said it best 100 times. It's a cheap buy-in.
It is.
It is. Because at the end of the day, it's about you. It's not about what kind of shit you wrote in.
Yeah. If you have no personality, you don't know how to carry yourself, you got douche tendencies, that's just going to shine in your personality.
Right.
You know, how about instead of, get you a motorcycle and then understand the ways of motorcycling and then come in and be a humble student and be a good dude.
Or just be a fly on the wall for a while.
Yeah, be a fly on the wall till you understand your place in it.
Look, let's talk about Invisible J. That guy's everywhere I go.
I have no idea who that is.
Justin.
Well,
He's invisible.
He's invisible. That's the fucking point of the matter. Right?
Still
he's but he's been.
I've known him. Yeah.
Right. He's just humble and quiet, and all of a sudden you realize, shit, I've known this guy for several years.
Yeah.
Had good conversations with this guy for several years. You know what I mean? Some people, ease it in. Some people fucking cram it.
Yeah.
It all depends.
I was having a hard time after Daytona when I started seeing the memes going around about the paint jobs that were on some of the bikes that they were calling big wheel bagger paint jobs.
What's the kid's name? That
Shane.
And-
Altered Ego Customs.
Of who?
Altered Ego Customs.
So he did the light up bike.
And I'm going to tell you right now, again,
So,
he really probably should have won every
So
paint category there
yeah,
was.
and so that's kudos to him for bringing it to the game because
also super fucking great dude.
Yeah.
You know what
That-
I mean? On top of all
that's
that.
not new to the custom paint world.
We all
that's a
know
thing.
that. We all
But-
know that.
But if you,
But
same thing. If you met
But-
the dude and heard his story and listened to him talk about that bike,
it changes the whole. It does
perspective.
But
change
people
your
on the
perspective
internet,
on it.
they want to just make this look like, because all they're getting is the fucking visuals of this bike, that they want to make it to be out something else because it fucks with their ego.
Right, but their
It's not because, oh, that dude has a cool bike, let me fucking support him the way that we're fucking trying to show everybody how to do this.
Right.
They're like, oh man, I don't think I ever want to be that far. Look, there's a place for your black Road Glide with your carbon fiber fucking accessories. There's a place for that. And you can be cool
called
as shit.
Daytona.
It's called the Down South Camp.
Down South Camp Out. I think we had 97 entries.
You can have all these places exist, and none of these things make you more or less. The thing is about having things on your bike is you might have more people asking you about parts on your bike when it's more done up. That's what that is. But then you still got to make sure these guys have a personality. And if they do, if they're rad as fuck and they got a cool bike, how you going to talk shit about them? How you going to just talk shit online to somebody? It makes you look like the biggest fucking douche, right?
Right.
You're the biggest douche because you assume the guy that can afford something like this is a douche. And so you talk shit online and you fuck up our scene. And so I want to talk about right now, and we're running over the time. We were trying to cut it off at 3. Myself and so many people have been busting our ass to keep this performance motorcycle scene cool, full of people that are fucking legit, not cutthroat, not a bunch of fucking shit talkers,
And
not a
not
bunch
full of fakes.
and not full of fake people,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We wanted to bring money into this scene so that we can all flourish and have a good time. But we always have there's always going to be dynamics of different people, right?
You're always going to have shit.
You're going to have that.
Yeah.
But guys, as somebody that's been in the industry for almost 20 years now, let me throw that back out there again.
Puff your chest.
The problem is
Talk
that
your shit.
everything that we're trying not to let happen is what fucking killed big wheel baggers. It's what killed the chopper industry. It's all these things.
Right.
Like, this shit's gonna die one day.
Sure.
Do you want it to die right now when you're the fucking, your club style page is the coolest guy?
No,
when
not
you're
when
the guy doing this shit.
Custodian of it, yeah.
If you're not putting positivity out there and you're not being a good fucking time, then ask yourself, what the fuck are you doing? Online or anything. Period.
Agreed.
Put good shit out, make this shit better, or fuck off. Straight up.
Just ride and shut the fuck up.
Right,
You
but
don't-
it
just 'cause you have a platform doesn't mean you have to use it.
everybody.
If you're gonna be a meme guy, if you're gonna be a meme
chopper
guy-
dude, fucking, I'm good with it. I like it. Like, you know what I mean? If you're a fucking FXR dude, I love it. It doesn't matter what. Like I said, if you're a Yamaha dude,
Yeah.
you're an
people
Indian
need
dude.
to. People have got to fucking understand that, like, this is bigger than themselves.
Well,
it's bigger than any one. The sum is the sum is greater than any part.
There's a
right?
reason why I don't fucking put all my fucking opinions out on an Instagram post. Because that is a place that a lot of us hang out a lot more than we should. And the last thing I want to do is putting negativity out there for people to fucking engage in and create drama. Drama does not fucking move the ball forward. It fucking puts it back. So just realize that your small club style page, your big fucking repost page, your anything still contributes to the concept of this industry. So if you're not putting positivity out there, you're fucking up for the rest of us.
Well, and I think what you find is, I think what you find now is,
I usually get mad off whiskey, dude. I'm getting mad off fucking Montucky's right now, dude. Make my nipples
If you want to arm wrestle, you know, say so.
No.
dude,
Yeah,
you
fuck.
are torqued
What?
up.
Let's say again.
Jetty said I was looking jacked, dude.
Jay's fucking.
There's a reason why I use a table to these podcasts. Anyway, but no, what were you gonna say?
I don't know. I forget.
It's not. Don't look at me like it's my fault.
No, it's not.
Kinda. I
No.
like it. It's my fault.
No, I just think I think the way that like the motor company drives things, right, for the general population, you're going to find that these old dudes that still rock bedazzled jeans and fucking Harley boots. Oh, y'all ever heard of T-bars on a road glide? I'm going to do this, right? And they think they're the best thing since sliced bread. But it's driving everything else, right? So without that money aspect,
Yeah.
your independent shops dwindle, and especially the aftermarket scene goes away because there's no real money, right? Because I was told at one point there was only a small percentage of the performance scene driving the rest of this ship,
Yeah.
you know? So,
that was probably true at one time.
right.
It's still small. It's still a small.
It's a very
percentage.
small niche, but,
it's just big for us because that's what we surround ourselves in.
Correct. Right.
You know, but when you go to Sturgis or you go to these other events that take place, and you realize that 95% of the bikes out there are not the world that we live in.
Right.
But yet
the thing that
somehow,
I like, go ahead.
somehow the industry itself and Harley has leaned into our culture.
Right.
Right.
And they're benefiting off of it.
Yeah, but we're also benefiting because we're getting what we actually want out of these bikes.
Right.
What if it was the Kuryakin crew or the Hell Yeah Brothers out there? It would be more stretch
You mean the
bags.
Heck Yeah Fellas?
More the Heck Yeah Fellas.
Heck yeah, fellas.
So it's like this shit all works good, but people need to think about like themselves and what they're providing bigger than themselves.
Right.
Right. They got,
What do you think about these STs with pointy bars or they're turning them into fat wheel baggers?
I don't care.
I don't either.
I don't care.
Right. I think it's more
Everybody-
comical than it is, that makes sense. Or if you see the Harley Owens reservoir shocks on a bike with 22-inch apes.
Some dudes are never gonna do, and that's fine. It's not gonna change.
If that's what they like, then that's what they like. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, that's a whole other thing.
You're not
That's-
riding it,
That's
right?
preference, and you can go on with that for
Sure,
a million
100%.
miles. To what he's saying as far as about the scene, and it's somebody's listening as far as Harley and Indian and what they're doing. They're listening. As small and as intact as this scene may feel, it's obviously doing something right because people are listening.
Right.
The powers that be. So if this thing that started small and all of a sudden it's growing and it's it's thriving now.
It's definitely catching traction.
Do you want to be a cancer? Do you want to be the part of the little bit of cancer that may
I was
start
born
and
in
grow
July.
and start grow and try to spread and try to be a fucking cunt and bring it down? Or do you want to continue to help this thing thrive and grow? And
Like,
that doesn't
like
mean,
I said, you become a custodian of the scene and trying to breathe life, continue to breathe life into it. And that's not just performance bagger guys. That's our whole scene, which is so much more than performance baggers. There's so much more. I mean,
and it's not all hippie fucking love shit. You can have other opinions. You can straight up not like other dudes.
yeah, and in fact, I dislike a lot of motherfuckers.
But to realize that we're all in the same thing, and it's some, you know what I mean? There's a level.
There's
a line of
certainly a
demarcation
common
before.
ground.
Yeah, but
Right? You can almost find it.
it's the same thing we were talking about earlier. This camp out, the Fast Life camp out.
Yeah.
It's a personification of our group. It's the fucking inside party, it's the backyard party of if you love this scene, you know about it. And that's fine. And I can not like you, but we're in the same scene together. As soon as a
absolutely.
motherfucker from another thing comes talking shit, guess what? I may not like you, but I've still got your back. It's the whole, you mess with one bean, you got the whole burrito kind of thing.
For sure.
And it's just,
For sure.
it's kind of circling the wagons on what we have.
It's definitely still, no matter how big or small it is. No matter how big or small it is, that's always a factor.
Ain't nothing in them waters for
it's
you.
I
still
wanted to
tight
kill
knit.
this at 3 p.m.
Mel,
at
would you grab
3.
a couple?
And I feel like we got a fucking gym to talk about right now.
Yeah, do it, Wolf.
Fuck.
I mean,
I wanted the Buffalo Wild Wings too.
listen, is anybody calling out? Is any of the club style guys calling out, or are they just all being cunts?
No, nobody's really chiming back in.
Speaking
on
of
that.
which, Mike MGD is selling his Road Glide. I don't know if you know this. It's black. Just want to give him a shout out. If you want to buy a Road Glide with $70,000,
If you want a good starter bike, he's
starter
got one
bike
for
with
sale.
no paint job, he's going to sell it for $35,000.
That's it. That's a great bike for 35
It is.
grand.
I just made that number up.
Oh, you
That's
did?
not what.
Because it's 50 grand.
But I think that he can get it gone.
I got a gray Road Glide coming out at the end of this month. It's going to be sell for 45. So
Yeah, it'd probably be better than black. Just guessing.
no, Mike's a good dude. He's a good
He's
dude.
the greatest guy.
Is he out? Is he done?
He's no, he's not done. He's riding the.
BMW.
Riding through this world.
No, he's not. What's he riding? Is it Mike? Check in. What is
He
it
built
that
that
you
real
built
sweet-
for your wife?
The white
It's a
soft
Softail.
Yeah, the
White
white soft
Softail?
tail. Yeah.
But which what?
ST?
I think it was just a lowrider,
not
right?
It's just a
ST.
lowrider.
Yeah, it's just a lowrider. Yeah,
It's
I
a
don't even think-
lowrider?
I don't even. Did he put bags on it? I don't think he had bags.
No bags.
Well,
just
yeah.
completely stripped. Big ass Baja
Yeah.
front.
Super
Super
imaginative
clean.
with
Swing
the
arm.
paint job. It's all white.
Whoa. I got a white bike now.
It was clean.
It
I wouldn't
is.
hate
It also has a Lucky Strike gold flame paint
Flames.
job.
That's
on
right.
it. Very similar to Scooter Steve's, except for a white gold.
I'm sorry, what?
You just
I
changed it
didn't
from.
say
Just change the colors around a little bit.
Smith
Who had
is
the gold flame paint job on there?
Helmet?
Who started that?
Larry.
No,
Larry?
there's shit at first.
That motherfucker right there started that.
I have been doing flame paint jobs on Simpson helmets. I am the originator, and I am, just the best thing that ever happened to some things in this
You're like
world.
Wonder Bread, dude.
Speaking of best
You're white.
things, never mind.
No, I'm just a fucking dude trying to make my fucking bills.
Aren't we
Sometimes
all?
I get lucky and I do shit that people think are cool. And she is cool right now, bringing me these fucking
Damn,
jewels.
I should have one of those. I got a pee first to get in that closet.
Don't quit putting the seat down and pissing on it, dude. I know it's you.
It's totally me. Yeah.
Every time I go down there, I feel like Mel went down there to piss, and then I look, there's a dribble on the
She
seat.
knows. Yeah. It's the whole thing.
Completely.
Fucking weird. But I don't know. I feel like somebody help this dude. You're gonna go down there and smoke, and we're gonna be done with this podcast when you come back.
I'm gonna be back with a
You got, like-
half-lit cigarette.
We're wrapping this up at 10:30, 100%, 12 minutes. 12 minutes.
What did you have, Jace?
Oh, what?
You said it was a good topic. You wanted to keep going.
I don't want to.
He's just riled up.
I don't want to regurgitate too much. I just think that no. You know, every time there's an event that goes on in America, like whether it's a Sturgis or a Daytona or whatever, Born Free, you get a lot of people online that just you know,
They're very opinionated,
right? And the difference is through being a guy that actually gets to know a lot of these people that build bikes or go to these other events and do shit, you get to actually know who they are and their intentions behind their builds instead of just based on what it looks like on the internet, right? And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think anybody – I would like to think that nobody's building a bike right now with the intentions of getting fucking ran through the mud, right? Whoever started the Your Paint Job Sucks Instagram page, why is that good?
I could never tell. So we found out who it was while we were there, and then it got siphoned real quick.
Is it gone? Or
No, yeah, it's gone. But we found out. But it was almost like, was it a parody kind of shit?
The problem is that,
or
like,
was it?
It needs
for
to be
real,
in context, because when you're doing a parody, you're not supposed to just make it look like you're shitting on somebody, right?
Right.
That's
right.
the problem with some dudes that were doing memes.
Yeah.
They had no context. Like, I know Papa Juan. Papa Juan can talk shit about me all he wants because I know that motherfucker. He slept in my house.
I've never slept in your house. Can I talk shit about you?
Yes.
You slept in mine.
Exactly.
And
so
you pooped in my bathroom. I
some
know you
dude
did,
that
you
doesn't
son of a
come
bitch.
out anywhere, doesn't do shit, doesn't just haven't seen him at one event entire time I've been in this motorcycle industry, which is longer than he has.
Right.
Has going out there saying whatever he wants. It's like, dude, like it's not the same. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like when
right.
I talk shit about Justin, my machinist, people know it's from a good place because that's my friend.
Yeah.
Like, I love that dude to death, right? I love TPJ. I talk shit about that dude. I had to talk shit about him on this podcast.
Right.
And that's what I'm doing now. I talk shit about him. But I love that dude, right? These guys that just want to, like, capitalize off, like, eyes, and they're not providing any fucking value is
Right.
what drives me nuts.
Right.
Well, negativity is their sell.
Yeah, and negativity fucks up the industry. It creates division. It creates problems.
Well, because I
That's
think
the problem is
You know what's hard to do?
Their platform
Be a
is based
fucking
on
rad
negativity.
dude.
Right.
Show up. Ride your fucking bike somewhere.
be a nice human, yes.
That shit's way harder. And guess what? Nobody's going to do that because it's easier to just be a fucking cunt online.
It takes too much effort.
Dude, it makes no sense to me. Just accept the fact that if you're a guy who can only... You have the money, but not the time. Let's just be real. I'm not trying to talk shit.
Yeah.
You have the money, but you don't have the time. You can buy all the parts you want, and your bike looks bad as shit, but you can't ride it. I don't think that you're not cool. I think you're still cool. When you become a douchebag online,
When you
talking shit.
Why are you pointing at me?
when
I was
you
pointing over
start
there.
putting people down to elevate yourself,
Yeah.
when you become a complete fucking douchebag.
If you're a dude that has the time but not the money, so you're out riding the country and you're talking shit about the dude that has a nice bike, that's fucking douchebaggish.
But you got to realize that a lot of times that if you got the money, you probably don't have the fucking time, right?
Joe Kidd said it best. He said that a long time ago, and that's the truth. But the problem is it just fucking don't ruin it for the rest of us, man.
No, look. My biggest lesson that I've given myself in life, and most of my close friends know this. You certainly know this, Jace. My whole success has been based on perspective, and considering the opposite, your worst enemy's perspective on things. And there's perspective, and you have to consider it. You have to be
mindful of everybody.
mindful of everybody. Yeah, and
that doesn't sound cool online. It doesn't sound cool to be mindful to other people, but
you're right. It doesn't like, but I mean, it's all a bunch of bikers, right?
the problem
Most
is
of us will fight
if
and
a dude
get
put like
beat
this,
up or beat you up.
straight
one of
up.
the two.
Anybody that wants to talk shit, do it in person.
Right.
I'm not saying that we're gonna fight. I'm just saying, like, I think I can out shit talk you. And if you can out shit talk me,
Well,
I'll laugh that shit off.
We got a bunch of great shit talkers,
But
right?
that's the thing is like we shit talk each other online because we've done it in person. We know each other's
right.
intentions.
It's all with good-hearted
That's a
intention.
different thing from like jumping online with the intent on like bashing somebody.
Yeah.
Or putting somebody.
I don't think we had a lot of that over the last year.
Okay.
I mean,
I think we've had too many people that don't have time to be out in public. So did I say public?
you said
Purple.
yeah.
I knew what you meant.
So they thanks, bud. So they just get online and they just like they're not being present to voice their existence. So they use their social media platform to put out opinions that are not earned.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
You like that?
I do. That hit. I want to say it, but I can't.
Opinions are earned. They're not fucking.
Yeah, 100%. And that's what happened last year at Camp Out, where
If you try too fucking hard, you pretty much cancel yourself out.
Read the
Or
room.
if you want to convince me that your opinion matters more than mine, you cancel yourself out.
it's, yeah.
How about just fuck opinions? I mean,
I
I don't know. Like that's
Yeah,
my biggest
who
thing about
cares?
social
Yeah.
media. Like I don't care if you think a bike's awesome. Well, that's fucking cool. I'm happy for you. But if you think a bike's, I don't care either way. You know what I mean? Like I don't.
The person that decides to say online that they don't like a bike, like when I leaked the photos of the shit, right?
Yeah, good job, dude. I like that.
So
I'm a dork fish. That's what it reminds me of, the Road Glide.
everybody, like, don't be wrong. I don't mind someone says that it's ugly, right? I get it. But
I think you made some good arguments.
I think
read
that
We talk on the phone.
I think that people need to
Yeah, we don't.
Not as much.
if you're going to have an opinion about something, then you need to have context within everything. And if you're going to do a surface value, read the headlines, throw your opinion out, then it doesn't gain any traction because you're saying what you see and not what's all around you, right?
Right.
The context around the leaked photos was in the details that people looked at it long enough to bring up a question. Hey, did anybody notice the different transmission case? What do you think is different? That's the conversation people want to have. They don't want to say, looks like they copied a F-150. Like, nobody gives a fuck about that. That comment doesn't gain more traction.
Right.
And the traction it does gain are more mouth breathers that don't have much of a fucking thing to add to the thing, to anything in general. They just got a good enough credit score to get a Harley, and that's their
Other
fucking
than,
job.
It looks like shit.
Yeah.
Why? Why does you know what I mean?
And do they not remember when the Softails came out and everybody talked shit about it? We just dealt with this 5 years ago. Right? Oh, wait, that's right. A lot of people ain't been here that long.
Right.
So they have no fucking idea what this thing has been like for people that's been here for a while.
Right.
We've heard that fucking argument. We've heard everybody throw their opinions about a bike they haven't seen in person, they've never ridden, right?
Right.
I'm guilty of that. I've done that.
Right.
But I've learned.
And how do you feel about your ST?
How's that working out for you?
It's all right.
It is the most low. It's the lowest hanging fruit,
Lowest class
the dumbest
bike.
common denominator to bitch about something before you even see it public. And like I said, that's what I'm even getting at is whether you like it or not. What convinces you to what? This is something I don't get. I don't understand people that put comments on shit if it's not something like if you don't directly know the person. You know what I'm saying? If
Yeah.
I see somebody do something, they're hey man, killer shit lately. Glad to see you're doing this. I will never post on something just for like what. It blows my fucking mind to the point
I'll
where I
give
can't
you
even
an
talk
example
about it. It
right
short
now.
circuits my fucking brain.
So I posted a transformation Tuesday of what my bike was to now. And some dude was like, and you gotta understand that, yeah, and you know this, when you post something, you're up for everybody's fucking opinions.
You put it out there for that.
Right. And I don't give a fuck. But this guy was like, it looked better black with that striping on it. And I was like, nah, man. Like, the fucking paint job's
But
awesome.
it doesn't, though.
Right. And I'm like, well, cool. I'm glad you like the other shit, but I love this.
Yeah.
And he was like, nah, man, you're wrong. And I was like, motherfucker, it's my bike. No, I can't be wrong because it's mine. I own it.
Like I said, that's
know?
part of it, of a bike, right? When you see a guy's bike,
So what
it fits their personality, you know?
So next to the government tracking down by IP addresses, sexual child predators, those kind of people, the people you just fucking, those people should be number 2 on the fucking list. You track down people that just comment moronic shit like that, one way or the other,
So we can
and just
kick 'em
delete
in the
them,
teeth.
dude. Yeah,
Or make 'em bite
And
the
actually,
curb.
you know what? I'll
Make
say
'em bite the
you know,
curb.
I'll pull a page out of Bill Burr's playbook. You don't fucking murder them in their house. You give them a fucking free cruise, and you just collect a cruise boat. You put all those kind of people on one cruise ship, and somewhere out in the Gulf of Mexico, you sink that motherfucker. Some sub, everybody's black ops, whatever the fuck, it never makes it, and you just sink that fucking. Blame it on the cartels, whoever. I don't give a fuck. But those people are now out of our world. That's that many less comments.
One cruise ship at a time.
And you do that as many times as you fucking can until we weed that.
But can you
those
have the
fucking
SpongeBob thing that
cancers of
says
society out?
5 hours later.
And then fucking Titanic style with the ass up.
No, it's just it's one of those things. I think that if people, it's never going to happen. I'm asking a big thing in the world, but I feel like if you're in the motorcycle scene, if you like these cool bikes or whatever, if you don't have anything positive to say about something, then why don't say anything? Because it doesn't. Nobody is going to look at your comment and go, "You're right, I'm wrong. I guess I need to fucking rebuild my whole bike right now," or Harley should just completely scrap this project. It's not going to happen. So
The thing you're going to do is attract more mouth breathers like
Yeah.
yourself
Yeah.
to continue the negativity. That's
Yeah.
it.
May I interrupt?
Nothing worse.
Yeah, go ahead, Big Daddy. Like your glasses.
I have
You look like
an important update
Casino just showed up.
from Big Sexy RD himself.
yeah,
The Big Sexy Fringe Award,
of course he has another one.
awarded to the wildest, strangest, most out of the box.
more Barry White. Come on. Sell it.
That's your job. Here, you
Can't get enough of your love, baby.
gotta hold it.
Awarded to the wildest, strangest, most out-of-the-box build at the Big Trouble Bike Show at Fast Life 6. Floating rotors, road glide risers. Oh, shit. Sportster bars, fringe donated from my own vest.
I would hope it would be from under the arms of the fringe.
Yep.
You can put a little armpit hair on there somewhere. Sprinkle a little bit on there.
Oh, it's there. I see it.
Yeah, that,
And I
you
just
had
shared
that
it
in
on
the
your
story?
page. Yeah, I
Thank
did.
you.
I did.
RD, we love you.
I love he's leaning into it.
Yep.
We love you, man.
Always.
Buffalo's calling my name, dude. I need a burger.
Great White Buffalo.
Yeah.
Meow, meow, meow.
Honestly, closing arguments.
None. So look, Thursday.
Dolly.
Yep, Thursday's Dolly. Everybody get set up.
We'll have a tip jar to help her out because
Yeah.
we don't have any money.
Yeah,
Well, no,
and
we need to
Dolly's
support her,
gonna-
and she's coming in
Dolly's gonna
and doing it for free, basically.
get tips regardless.
Yeah.
Dolly's smoking hot,
She is.
Thick.
so
She is my chocolate fantasy.
and she's like
I
a big
love
Amazon
Dolly.
chocolate deliciousness.
Yeah,
So,
she's like a big Easter bunny.
yeah.
Chocolate
is.
Easter bunny.
Start from the ass up.
DJ Dolly, $40 a rip, boys, to let her serenade you all night long. nothing inappropriate.
Yeah,
you know.
take it easy. I'm not selling my friend here.
Yeah. She's
like,
not going into a sex trafficking ring for sure.
God damn it.
Just tips for your tips.
So again, before we close out,
Friday night's going to be huge.
yeah, but these
Saturday night's gonna be
you
even
club
bigger.
style guys.
Club style boys, get your shit together. Tennessee, make me proud.
I wonder if all the club style guys just started a page to have a
Big
page.
Trouble _ bike show.
They don't actually
Let's
contribute.
get registered.
I don't know. I'm excited about the reels and
The YouTubes.
yeah, dude, it's gonna be dope. Scott, make sure your trophy's cool because mine is going to be a fucking zinger. All right, cool. Let's go to B-dubs.
Is that all you got?
That's all I got, man.
Anything, Jaden?
And another one.
I'm really excited, man. Just about the whole camp out. It's all of a sudden people's excitement about it and seeing the post. It started to work, and it's a month out. Usually, this is pretty early for me to get really juices flowing. You know, it's usually more of a stress thing, but I'm genuinely looking forward to it.
Meow, it's probably the hat. You know what I mean? That Club South Illinois hat is fire.
Yeah, this is, as far as the Big Trouble Bike Show goes, this is the Super Bowl of Big Trouble Bike Shows for the year. And
You got one left after this.
We do.
Cowboy
and
Harley Davidson, September
super happy
14th?
about that.
Yeah.
September 8th.
8th.
My apologies. Lo siento.
Second to the last
We're in Texas,
show
dude.
of the year. So, yeah.
What about that Triple Crown you were talking about, doing one on the West Coast?
I got you kind of lined up with Durango Harley. They're interested.
Well, we could probably talk to San Diego Harley. I'm sure they'd be interested in something too.
Yeah, well, you know, there
That
could
would
be
be
a,
cool to
there
have
could
a
be a
triple
triple
crown Big Trouble Bike Show. That would be
there'd
kind
be a
of
lot
As
of
long
cash
as they
money
fly
involved.
Mark and I
Be a
out,
lot of
because
cash
I'm
money
his
involved in
MC.
that. Mostly sponsored by Jetty Wright Transportation.
Right. As long as Jetty flies us out, because I'm your MC,
yeah, for sure.
we'll do whatever you want to pay for.
Yeah, that's all I got to say. That's
all I gotta say about
That's all I got to say about
everybody at the
that.
Fast Life Camp Out 6 Big Trouble Bike Show. See you there.
All right.
Yeah, what do you got?
I'm done. I
You're
think. And another thing.
Another one.
All right. No, thank you guys. We got the new studio. We got the homies in here.
Cheers, boys.
It's good to see you again, Jaden. It's been a month.
Yeah.
Mel, thank you for everything you do. You're kind of like the behind the scenes hero.
She is the glue that holds us
80%.
together.
A lot of
80%
things.
of the Big Trouble Bike
and
Show.
she is also the chick that fucking made slaps. People don't realize that. People do not fucking realize that the sticker slap game started in fucking Florida.
Sticky Bomb _777.
Yeah. If you're not
you want
getting
the
your
real
shit done by
shit,
her, come on, help a.
Hit it up.
You know what I mean? Like people don't know that the problem with Down South Camp Out 2 started because of stickers.
Yeah.
Stickers ruined the fucking show.
Yeah.
And they're probably still stuck in. I got stickers on my door I can't reach because this motherfucker. And then the last time, your son, what's his name?
Justin?
No, the other one.
I only have 2 sons, so that'd be Monty.
Monty stuck stickers in every crevice of this fucking shop, and I still find them to this day.
Oh, yeah.
I see.
I still find them.
I'm above the toilet. Or
You and
the
Monty are about
You're the turtles above the toilet.
No. But
Yeah,
I'm
but
above
he's
the
ruled.
door on the backside when you walk in.
to your right.
And speaking of that guy, he's shopping for bikes.
Hell yeah.
And not trikes.
Free Wheel Motion is not anything to be ashamed of with the new one.
but
That new RT3 is pretty
I
dope.
like it.
He's
I
about
love
it. But
RG3.
he went last weekend, 2 weekends ago, and he was Trent.
Trent.
Oh, Trent, yeah.
He was
Yeah.
he's
That's awesome.
looking at 2 wheels for now.
I like it.
My bike's for sale. Just for you.
Same.
Ditto. Mine's also for sale.
All right. Well, thank you guys. Hope you enjoyed this new look. We're still working out some of the kinks of it, but it
Like
feels
the
good.
blinding light.
Dude, I need.
I think it looks great.
Stop, dude. Just stop.
So, Millhouse, are you saying you were blinded by
Revved up.
Revved up like a deucer in the
A douche in the middle of the night.